4 a.m. in Australia. Let's go. I sound clear. Everyone hear me? Test 1, 2. I sound clear. Everyone hear me? Hello, Ricardo. How are you doing today? Awesome. Wait for a few more people to join, and we'll get started. So today I have a special gift for you guys. I'm showcasing Crusadia test hands without elpy, just in case if we decide to lose it. So, no, you're right, my man. What's up, Spire? It is a no elpy run, essentially. Worst case scenario, if this thing kind of goes down, or like the stream kind of crashes, this like live stream crashes, we'll then just go ahead and just go over to EDO Pro. But interesting. What's up? What's good, Kalen? I have an awesome, like I finally got like all my like prices settled. I watched a lot of House of Champs and everything like that. So I actually upload those here into the chat real quick. Bam. And you don't have to use these by any means. Undervest guys is me, of course. Oh, wait a second. Undervest guys shouldn't be me. I should be signed into my, get that figured out real quick. But anyway, how's everyone doing today? There we go. What's good, Jimmy? There we go. Now it's sent by me. But yeah, so essentially we're just preparing for elpy here to get hit. I don't feel like elpy will get hit, but elpy might get hit. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's really like done nothing. What's good, Chainlink? Glad you could join me. Hello, hi from Brazil. Nice to see you, my man. I feel stressed. Parents checking on me while I'm in college is no fun. Nope, you know, they always got to make sure you're living up to your expectations, or their expectations, excuse me. So we went ahead and we reached 20 people in the chat. Welcome to you guys. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me. So I went ahead and put into the chat, as you guys can see. Hi from Colombia. How are you doing? What's it like over in Colombia? So now, if you guys don't see by Team COG, I have the appropriate kind of like pricing, I guess is the best way to do it. If you guys want to ask any questions, $2, get it immediately right away. And then if we are on Dueling Book or EDO Pro, $2, you guys get one match, $5 a full match, best out of 3. And then $10, we will switch between. So like if someone donates $10 and they want test hands, we shut down whatever we're doing and move, well, not like right away, but as it goes through, and we go over to test hands. And if maybe some people are tired of test hands, $10 moves us right over to the EDO Pro. And then $15 is a remote duel 3 out of 3. But I think for today's live stream, we'll just focus on the test hands. 44, Zanky, 44. I've been trying to cut it down, and well, no, excuse me, it's 42. It's 42 now. And let's get some Crusades going. I agree, my man. Troy, let's go ahead and get them going. So I do have like a combo video coming up. I believe I'm going to have it for Friday, I believe. And that's going to kind of showcase the 3 cards and stuff. We're not, you guys, hopefully we'll get to see what we're packing here. There's a lot of different likes of play lines, I guess, you can do. I thought about using Pisty, excuse me, but I feel like you have to open a Foolish Burial. Like you can play 3 Dragon Shrine and Foolish Burial, dump the red MD, and then like you just do the standard Crusadia combo. But that requires you to open or see those cards, whereas previously you always had immediate access to the Dragon through the Crusadia engine. So like I don't know if we'll still play Pisty. We'll just have to wait and see. Quick cut. All right, guys, before we even begin, who wants to bet crawlers in my opening hand? I'll take bets right now. All right, so I'll take open bets right now. It actually is not. It's more like a Crusadia featuring a rocket package. It's actually just no different from the list that I had way back when we had Azathoth, really, except for we just added more rockets to utilize boot up sector launch. So trust me, my man, if we're not ending on Equimex, I ain't playing it. But let's go ahead and get started here with our test hands and see how well we can see how well we do. First test hand, first card, Crawler. Is it going to be Crawler? No Rhoda. White Dragon, Reclusia, Leonis, and another Reclusia. So this isn't too bad, to be honest with you. Go figure, we wouldn't see. We play, I think, a total of 10 rocket cards. Ricardo is just practically level 4 extenders. You made Azathoth on your 5th summon. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know. You just played a lot of like the familiars and stuff, and you also played the quick launch package. But so go figure. We won't get that. We play, I think, a total of 9 rockets, if not more, 10 rockets, and we don't see a single one. So that's okay. Let's just go ahead and jump into it to showcase you guys what the deck can do without. And this is not really like showcasing. This is also like a live testing. So like you guys can help me as we play through. So we'll go ahead and start off with Rhoda, grabbing. I mean, yeah. See, here's a quick launch. Going here, normal Arborea because she is the Bay. We'll go ahead and link here into the Magius. With this hand, we could use Pisty, but I mean, really, what are we bringing back from the grave? That's a dragon. I mean, outside of Draco, that still doesn't get you the Skull Dread with a draw 4, which is really what we really need. But we'll go ahead and special Reclusia. We'll grab ourselves the... I straight up just almost picked up the top card of my deck because I was doing a combo video today, and I thought I had it like sorted, so I almost picked up the top card thinking it was sorted. My man Flexi, actually a member in our the YouTube member, he actually showed a combo where like it's practically if you open Foolish Burial or Dragon Shrine, like the combo doesn't really change, but you just have to open those cards in order to dump the red MD. But like I said, I could probably be doing this all to no avail because knowing our luck, watch us not even lose Pisty. And no, we actually are not using Waterfront. We cannot use Waterfront is not the most optimal play now. But I mean, you still don't get it. You get a weak Skull Dread. I mean, there's not really a lot of I'm still just trying to figure out because like even if we went here, yes, you're absolutely right. We could make Pisty with the Collapse Serpent, but I mean I don't know if we're still getting to the Skull Dread. And then so we use those cards like we're using one of cards that we happen, so it's still not consistent even if you still count this because even if we do play, well maybe we do play the Chaos Space to search it, so maybe. But let's go ahead and jump to your no more Waterfront. It kills me. 2-1, grab us back Arborea, and then this is where kind of the spice comes in. We'll go ahead and link here into you can't summon it. Striker Dragon's effect. Grab us the boot up sector for practically free real estate. Then we can go ahead and go this route. Then we can make Equimex. Then here, now we have the dark. We can banish here, and we can then special. Well, 1 second. Well, no, because see, we can special here. Then we can take these two and turn into, see if I have my proxy somewhere. I do not. I must have forgot to make one. We make, so IP Masquerena, guys. This will be IP Masquerena. And then with IP Masquerena, well, not even with IP, we get the Black Dragon. as soon as I can find the black dragon. There's the black dragon. So my man Aria, I don't know if I can pronounce your name right. Adranio, I opened 4 10s, right? 4 10s. It's actually a video coming out today about 3:30 to prove a point. I cannot pull anything. Anything at all. Actually, one second. Here we go. Here, I guess I started to make a proxy. Oh, okay. 1 second. Let's get this IP proxy to be like 100%. So anyway, I bought 4 10s, I split a case. They pulled like the straight nuts, right? And I ended up thinking that the only thing that wasn't pulled was an IP Masquerena. I was like, sweet, I just need an IP Masquerena, right? And straight up didn't even get it. So like our entire case didn't even have an IP. But my wife, who opened the 10s with me to prove a point, like I can't pull anything. But my wife, who doesn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh, who doesn't do anything, she opened a pot of extravagance in one of her 10s. So anyway, you make the to continue on, you make the IP Masquerena, which of course the arrows are down here. Just to remember, you guys. Zinky, how you guys doing? Top quality proxy, just a name in the sleeve. Darn right. So then we can go ahead and go here by banishing the white dragon. Special here. And then we can Synchro Shogun here. Boys, you know what I just realized we forgot? We forgot to grab the crawler off the Regulex. There we go. So now, the only thing that's different from this is like, so every meta deck out there, practically like Ignoble Knights, Infernoble Knights, they all end on 3 interruptions, So that's what I was thinking. I was like, if we can just try to push through 3 interruptions, we can practically do what the best decks can do. The only thing, like Infernoble will rip cards from the hand, but we'll get to that later. So this is in our hand. We have this here. So during the standby phase, we fire off the crawler. And I actually have thought about picking up the World Legacy World Chalice if this becomes like a more consistent play. Because you can just grab the World Chalice off a crawler, and then when you make the unicorn, you can pinch the World Chalice and get a search. And so for here, we'll just go ahead and grab there. Yeah, I know. You just make your link 4 chain link, and then they can't target anything. It's wicked. Oh, I always go Synchro Shogun, Ritual Shogun. So recently, I've been watching a lot of Farfa, and he's been going around just yelling Pendulum. And I thought about doing that, but my wife said if I ever went through the house and yelled Pendulum, she'd probably beat me over the side of the head with a frying pan, so I'm not going to do that. Hey, Charles, just want to confirm that Avermax Field Center just came in. It's so beautiful. Thank you, my man. I'm glad you finally got it. We're actually getting ready. So with the playmat getting ready to come out, I've been kind of halting like productions of Field Centers. I have like some more Emperor Charles. I take that back. This one right here, I forgot to even make a, thank goodness you said something. So this is the Raise Your Banner. So like if you just want to be a part of the team or a part of the Crusade and just kind of have like the logo here, I do have those listed on our eBay store. So you just got to head over there and look for them. I forgot to make an entire listing for them. There's only a limited amount of them, so do check them out. Yeah, Pendulum, best deck, 8 negates, let's go. So this right here is our ending board, and as you guys can see, we didn't even open any rockets. We just got boot up sector launch. So in theory, like this boot up sector launch is just free real estate that you can pitch off Unicorn. So you could have multiple routes this way. Your opponent decides to do anything, you can use the IP to go into Avermax. Or if you fire off the Dragster, you can then use the Dragster. If like they activate a spell card, use the Dragster first, use IP and the Dragster to go into Unicorn. Then you can use Unicorn's effect to pitch here, and then shuffle a card, and then you still have a negate with Echo Max. So essentially, that's 3 interruptions. You can do that route. I'm not totally for sure if there is a way where to put it. Okay, never mind. I'm just kind of messing up everything here. I don't know if there's a way to get the Unicorn linked, or co-linked, so you get a draw. I think there is. You could probably put a Spatha somewhere around here, and then just summon there and get a draw. But I don't think that's probably expending extra resources. But Jimmy Mayan, what do I think about Throws deck? Throws chair. I thought about doing a video and just yelling at my cat saying Pendulum best deck, but my cats are very aggressive and probably would smack the crap out of me too. Drytron, I think they are very unique. I think they're very underestimated. And I think that it's one of those decks that when it first came out, everyone was kind of like, this deck's bad sort of thing. But then like, as people started playing it more and realizing like the boss monster, though it's like lacking in some form of protection, it's still like a big chungus that has protection. And that's sometimes all you need to do is win a game. I do think that they might replace, what do you call it? They might replace in some decks, the Drytron monsters might replace their, will there be a deck list showing this package? or depending on the ban list. I actually might, I might actually showcase my man Caleb just because this has been very requested. Some people kind of just get tired of elpy, so I might just show it, showcase it anyway. I kind of was just going to wait till the ban list comes out, but I might just showcase it. I already have a combo video coming up to show you, like, there's like a 3-card combo where if you open Tracer plus any 2 Crusadias, it's Savage, or, you know, Draco Berserker and Equimax, and then you just can add a 4th card, which could be like a, you know, it could be another Rocket, or it could be like Parallel Exceed, and then you would know 3 disruptions, and then just a giant handful of monsters, just Crusading monsters, get you to like an IP and an Equimax too. My man Vincent, I don't think it will. Well, so let me hit you with some science here. So I don't think it will, because in my opinion, Dragon Link has been power crept out. Shu Ping, is that right? He has done what the deck can do and won the UDS. The deck has done absolutely nothing since then. LP, I believe, has been power crept because just there's better cards out there that do what it does. What's good, Aiden? Glad you can make it. So I don't feel like LP will get hit. However, on the counter argument, Konami, it's an old engine. So like the Konami could hit it to produce, you know, other engines. So let's go ahead and shuffle it up here. And so I've just like, if a deck can put out 3 interruptions, like all the meta decks put out 3 interruptions, and kind of like my own like philosophy is if you can interact with, like, your opponent goes second, they draw a card, they have 6 cards in hand. If you can interact with half their hand, you are very well in a good position. So as long as this deck can do that, and again, like, you're not losing anything. Like, if you lose the dice roll, you're still playing like Crusadia, so like you still have the ability to one punch pretty easy. Because extra deck space is kind of tight. I believe I'm packing 14. Dugaris might have to be cut for the Nightmare Unicorn, but I'm just testing to see how, and this is also like live testing with you guys. I haven't checked it out, my man. I need to pop over and do it. I've just been busy this morning, but let's go ahead and jump in. Let's go ahead and give a cut. And go ahead. Also, guys, happy Labor Day. To all my man people here in America, happy Labor Day. If you guys in Europe do not celebrate Labor Day, I am going to tell you that America is just another America Day. So either it's power crept or not hit. Power crept, it gets hit, and Konami make a new mention. Yeah, exactly. Jet Synchro Line, Mecha. Yes, I agree, my man. Block Dragon needs to go. What's good, my man, Danger? Let's go ahead and do this, guys. Shout out to all you guys joining me. Remember, if you guys want to help support the stream, hit the $sign. All it takes, small donation. Just to kind of show that I'm doing good here. I actually want to get rid of, so I use StreamYards. I actually want to, my goal eventually is to, like, I'd have to make $5 every stream to get rid of, like, to get the full customization that StreamYard has. So let's go ahead and go. Next hand, Crusadia Starkey, Monster Reborn, Black Dragon, Rocket Trace, God, Crusadia God, Real God, Aliens, whatever you are out there. Let this next card be a Crusadia. And if so help me God, if it's Crusadia Crawler. Rip. Well, now we just do Dragon Link shenanigans. To be completely honest with you. Actually, yeah. Let's see here, guys. This actually seems like it should be playable. So bear with me. So let's go ahead and normal summon Tracer. Let's just see if we can get somewhere. Make the Striker Dragon. I really like your list. I went top 2. Thanks. Keep it up. Thank you, my man. It's actually like, and so like I just don't like. You guys will never see me. It says give me Crusadia God, take it or leave it. Yeah, best one. I never go on my profiles and say this is the best deck, like, you know, certain YouTubers that do for clickbait. Not throwing any shade. It works for them. That's the reason why they're like 300K and they make money by doing this, which I hope to do. Maybe I should start doing that. Best Crusadia deck, 8 negates, give Pendulum the finger, start acting like Trip. But it's because I put a lot of time and testing into it, and that's why I'm glad you're getting those results, because it's nice to see that the deck has also gone out and got, like, you know, the same results, you know. Okay, well, now we're kind of interesting here. So Crusadia 8 negate. We used to be able to do that. If we keep LP and we keep Waterfront, we just go infinite negates and tell Pendulum to get out of here, you wanker. So let's see here. We got Striker Dragon. So I'm thinking that we could potentially climb up into... Oh, but see, for once in our life, if we would have opened the White Dragon, it would have been better. I'm trying to think of a way we can get into Equimax and then link down the Magius and then go that way. Some people that haven't done that. Yeah, pull some Team Samurai, actually. So, wait. Spatha requires to affect monsters. Echo Max is our only generic link here. So we could smack down a monster. And this is also, I actually have a card up here to actually test. Not really test, but it's another, I won't test it because you end on this instead of like Echo Max and Avermax. And you better believe if I'm not ending on Echo Max or Avermax, this is not a Crusadia deck. But in this one scenario, Unchained Abomination could probably come through here. Do I know how yet? Not at all. We can use Monster Reborn to go into Tracer, bring back the Tracer, and then we can... How does Dragon Link do this stuff? I think we make a Link 2, which in this case in the extract we have our IP. Go here. We still don't have a light in the graveyard. We could go Guard Dragon, bring back Tracer, and then my man, the guy that was saying that we could use elpy, we could actually probably use elpy now. Vincent, my man, thank you for telling me that. So then IP's off the table, and we're back to here. Well, now, bugger. How do we get a light in our graveyard? Do we even have, like, no, all of our lights are Crusadias. I think straight up, like, well, no, we can still make IP. Yeah, we got this, guys. Watch this shenanigans. Waste the boot up sector launch. This effect to destroy the boot up sector. You guys thought you came for a Crusadia video. You actually came for a bad Dragon Link video. Go here. Now we're locked into only making darks. We're still in the same position we were 2 seconds ago. Because IP requires... Well, no. Okay, so instead of destroying this, you would destroy the Striker Dragon. Go here. Into the IP. Activate Guard Dragon to bring back the Tracer. Bam, there you go. Best deck, guys. Best deck. IP's effect during that turn. Bam. 1 disruption. Free real estate. Pitch the Crusadia Starkey. Bam. 1 disruption. We had a play. So... yeah, best deck. I can't wait for Dragoonies. Dragoonies is definitely going to be interesting. That's also another reason why I believe like they will not hit LP yet. It's because Dragoonies are coming out and that deck just utterly gets to abuse the Dragoonity or the LP. But we'll have to wait and see. Never play Magius. I got it requested. Their new fire monster is pretty for lack of better terms, fire. Can you guys hear the music? I have some music playing. Don't know if you guys can hear it. It wasn't able to like share the audio, so I guess I just have to turn it up. So if you guys want some sweet tunes by non-copyright sounds, let me know. Well, let's just shuffle it up here. That hand would have been so busted if we got just 1 Crusadia, but that's one of the downsides of the deck. I want a Crusadia deck. Do you think that I should buy a 7 Hurricanes box? No, my man Zenki. No. Unless by some chance in your country or where you're at it's cheaper. For sure, look into... You can buy the deck cheaper than buying a box. Sure. Don't waste the money to buy a box when you can spend 20 bucks and get the whole deck. My man, I'm turned up the music now. And it just seemed to be the last song that would stop. So, yes, all the dragon stuff has been printed. So I'm actually, guys, I'm going to oh, there we go. There's the music. Singles and the 2000 probably, but yeah, for sure. For sure. Don't buy the box, guys. So remember, guys, if you guys want to support the stream, just hit that $sign, get donated. If you guys actually want to, I'll go ahead and post it again. If you guys have any questions you want answered, by any means, appropriate questions, and you want like an immediate answer, $2, everything like that. But let's go ahead and start out with our next hand. Quick launch. Chaos Space. Draco. Chaos Space. Infinite and Permanent. So this actually looks like a pretty bad hand, and I don't know what it's going to be because this is my... outside of theory crafting, it's my first time testing it, so let's check it out here. So we got a normal summon the Draco, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. We'll go ahead and normal summon the Draco, link it off for... That's probably one of the only downsides to playing the Chaos Space engine is if you open multiples of it. But I mean, they have to have something, guys. Like this engine would be too busted if it wasn't a hard once per turn. But we can fire off the quick launch and go ahead and get the Tracer. Well, let's see. Let's read Striker Dragon real quick. Can Striker Dragon target one face-up monster from you controlling one? Okay, so darn it, that's so then this will trigger the Magius, grabbing us. I think we need to go for Maximus because we'll get a draw. Now, see, this is where I could see Pisty coming up because we've had to in like this bad hand we had to use the Draco, so I could definitely see Pisty coming up here. So we do have Perm, so like Perm's pretty good. This right here, we can go here. I don't like having to use the Tracer like that, but I mean, what can we do? Yeah, see, if we were able to fit Pisty in the extra deck, because the extra deck has become so tight, we could make and do this and then get crazy stuff, but I don't know if that's the correct way. Let's go ahead and go here, Regulex. Chaos Space, pitching the Maximus. Grab us, the Black Dragon. We can then, so sadly, we want to keep Maximus in the graveyard just because, like, if we happen to top deck into a Draco, we're pretty lucky, but we'll go ahead and banish the Magius. Now, see right here, I would kind of want to, well, we'll trigger Regulex to grab us the Crawler. Well, then let's go ahead and link this into Striker Dragon. 2-1, grab us the White Dragon, which I just passed, and then grab us the, where is it at? Boot up Sector Launch. There we go. So do you think Dragoonie will do something for this deck? My man Zinky, I don't think so. I looked like maybe like if we, I really just don't think so. I don't think like Ravine or anything like that is worth it. If anything, Crusadia Draco will do something for, Crusadia Draco will do something for Dragoonity. So right now, guys, like actually, let's take a moment to realize that's like we have all these cards in our hand now. Have you seen the Crusadia Dragon link from Rev Cards? I think I did a while ago, believe it or not. And the only thing that deteriorated me from that list, if it's the same one I'm thinking of, was the fact that they always end on Apollosa, and everyone just couldn't afford Apollosa at the time, and I preferred to end on Equimax because Equimax just says no to Dark Portal no more and Forbidden Droplets. So yeah, so right here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead and banish this here, and I don't know if this is the correct play to summon here. We'll then use Chaos Space to go here, and then we draw a card. And we can't be Crawler because we got him this time. We draw. This is busted. Then we can use Striker Dragon, because Striker Dragon doesn't lock us into anything. You can target one face-up monster you control, one rocket monster in the graveyard, destroy that monster on the field, and if you do, add that other monster in the graveyard to your hand. So we can use Striker Dragon to destroy the Wyvern Buster to add back the Tracer. White Dragon will activate, grabbing us the Black Dragon. And then we can just make Equimax. And then we can go ahead and activate Boot Up Sector Launch. Ricardo, my man, so it's funny you say that, and since my chat's here, I actually plan on doing a skit to where like I have a whole deck of crawlers, or like crawlers take over my house. I don't know yet how I'm going to do it, and I need actually all my I have a few people I want to be involved in, and I need them to get Crusader helmets. So like spoiler, but not spoiler. I don't know because it's going to be it yet. I'm going to get ransacked by crawlers, and then I'm going to cringily say I'm not alone, and then all these guys are going to send me videos of them putting on their Crusader helmets, and then epic music, everything. That's the plan. So we can use Boot Up Sector Launch to special these guys. So we can automatically, without even, well, we can, let's see here. We can use Rocket Tracer's effect to destroy this, to grab us a Magna Rocket. And I think so currently right now I'm only playing 2 Rocket Tracers. I actually believe you should max out on 3 and play either 1 or 2 different other rocket names just to have the consistency. Booty Bandit, we're playing without elpy because it's just assuming that it's going to get hit. So here this is, and then we got to remember we have permanents. We could potentially go to IP, and then IP and the Silver Rock can go right into Unicorn, spin a card, and then we have a negate off Equimax and a negate off Imperm. Or we can go into the what is it? We could go into. We actually have so many options. We could go into Borlo Savage. We can go into IP Masquerena with Unicorn. We can go into Dweller, and well, we do have a lot of free real estate in the hand in the forms of these two cards right here to go into that play right there with IP. But for the sake of the video, let's go ahead. And if I was going to go into Savage, I probably would keep this launch up here and not get the Magna Rocket out. So in that sense, let's just go ahead and go here. Go into the Draco. Oh. 1 second, y'all. Stream disappeared. Stream ain't dying, Ricardo. Stream just had a malfunction, that's all. There we go. Silly camera. Hey, Tinian card. That's right, my man. Could be Savage, could be Berserker. Whatever you guys want to choose. But it's just so difficult here because if we do this, then we have like Imperm and Crawler, which I feel like this is super powerful because this is supposed to be Savage. So then you have 1 Omni Negate, 2 Omni Negate, 3 forms of interruption right here. Or you can go into the other route where you make IP. You do destroy this, and you leave the Magna Rocket out here. So then you have essentially free real estate in your hand that you can summon here. I think this just depends on what the format really turns into, really, because IP could also turn this into Avermax to dodge stuff, so that's actually pretty good. But most cases, you're always going to attempt to use this to swing into Unicorn. I almost wouldn't pitch the Black Dragon. I'd pitch the Chaos Space because Chaos Space can then become live by just summoning this by banishing the where is it? Any of your Crusadia link monsters, and then get a free draw. On top of we're getting a search for Guard Dragon too. So yeah, 3 interruptions. That's all we're trying to do. All we're trying to get to is 3 interruptions consistently, and that seems to be the case so far. Given if we didn't open Impermanence, we wouldn't have that 3 interruptions. But if you, it's like you always got to count hand traps as interruptions too, because you do play them, and you do have the chance to see them. But let's just go ahead and wrap it up into another one, because this is a testing session, and we can't just base it on like a few test hands. You know what I'm saying? So Chainlink teaches Team COG 101 editing. Editing. I'm confused. This is I cannot edit a live stream I'm in. But not going to shoot down the idea. What's good, Chris? How you doing? And as Chainlink has previously said, it also beats down Infernoble pretty easy too. So welcome to all you 26 listeners. I see what you're saying, Chainlink. Remember, guys, if you guys want to support the stream, hit that $sign down below. Help us out here. I've been talking to my wife lately, and we're probably going to try it. I'm going to try to grind and see if I can start doing this full time, because I'm kind of worn out of the medical field, and I just enjoy the video editing and all that stuff. I enjoy everything that this does. So, hey, if you guys want to support, go ahead. Also, guys, I'm just going to send this. This is not really for today, but in next week's Tuesday stream, this is going to be the price things you guys can do. If anytime we're playing Dueling Book or EDO Pro and you want to see live test hands of a choice of deck, you donate, tell me the deck you want, and bam, we'll switch right over. Or vice versa, if we're doing test hands and you want to see a live EDO Pro or something like that, $10 moves me over. If you guys want to do a remote duel, $15, best 3 out of 3. I'll gladly get clapped by you guys. No problem. And Unchained is really underrated. So let's go ahead and see our next hand. Arborea, Quick Launch, Reclusia, Draco, and then a black dragon. So this is kind of like, it kind of kills me to only see a handful of monsters, but like if you see a handful of monsters, like even if this was Tracer, you'd still be fine. I'm very weird. I like to see a perfectly balanced hand. But let's just go ahead and get into this, Normally Arborea, because Arborea is the best bay. And also it beats Gamma and Ogre. We'll go ahead and make our Crusadia. Magus. So then we have a lot of options, I believe. I think we're going to have a very similar play to the first turn, in the sense that we can pop our own black or white dragon to get back the quick launch that we just used to get the Tracer out of the deck. But let's go ahead and fire off this Reclusia. Attempt to activate Magus. If they have Ash or anything, it's okay because we already have the Draco. We're not too worried about this ad, but if it just gives us extra resources. Let's see here. We then go here. Perfectly balanced. Do you guys hear a snap? I don't, Ricardo, I don't feel so good. Enter in the tears. But let's go ahead and go into Regulex. And then we can go here, chain 2, chain 1, add back the Arborea. This is always my #1 fear. I mean, like, outside the combo, you're pretty safe because, like, after Regulex, like, Equimax doesn't activate, so Arborea will be back in the graveyard. But #1 fear is, like, not getting the Arborea back in the graveyard and then just eating, like, some form of disruption. Zenki, currently, right now, Darkness Metal is out because there's no way to get it from the deck. So remember, we're playing without elpy. Without having access to elpy, you lose access to a lot of cards. I even try to keep in Waterfront because you can still push and make a weak Skull Dread with, like, Pisty, but it's still not worth it. It's not consistent enough. And as you guys can see, consistently the past 3 test hands outside of the Dragon Link hand that we got, we are only able to get to like 3 interruptions. The Dragon Link hand got us to 1, barely got us to 1. But adds back. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves Crawler. So not gonna lie, guys, my man Flexi, he's from Germany, sent me an entire German core of Crusadia, and ever since I've got the German Crawler, I've not seen it as often. We'll go ahead and turn the Draco into Striker Dragon, which will be our boot up, which will grab us boot up sector launch. Which I've started to learn, like, outside of boot up sector launch being a free like extender, it also has like a second effect, you know, like if you're going second or if like your game goes into turn 3, you can use the second effect. But a lot of times it's just free real estate for the Tracer to pop or discard fodder for a Unicorn play. But I mean, at that point, you're still not losing any sort of hard card advantage because, again, guys, look, we're at 6 cards in our hands. We have 2 cards on field. Like, we're pretty much, by card economy, we're doing it pretty well. We're like a middle class income family right now. So do we? Well, we don't have the ability to get a draw, so we might have to reserve that. But we're still doing. Oh yeah, this is 3 interruptions, real easy. Like, I can already see. I don't even know if this is like the most like bonkers play, but this is like what I see right off the top of my head. Going to Equimax, the man, the myth, the legend, because, you know, he is the man, the myth. And then we have the ability to summon. Wow, wait a second here. We actually might have more than just that. Special here. Special here. Let's go ahead and just banish Regulex. Go ahead and Synchro Shogun into the Dragster. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves the White Dragon. There we go. So there's 1 interruption. And then we can special this by banishing the Dark Dragon. And then we can special the Maximus. We can then go here for Floodgate on legs. We then can activate Boot Up Sector Launch because it's free real estate. Smackdown Quick Launch. Grab ourselves the Tracer. We can then use Tracer's effect to destroy this to summon out any of our other rockets. And then we can go here into Tinny or Savage, preferably Savage, However, in testing though, this guy's like when they activate the Golden Lord, you banish the Golden Lord, or when they go to activate, what is it? The researcher, right? The girl researcher. Yeah, just get rid of that right away. So there we go, Tinny. We still have Crawler in hand, and I mean, this is pretty fire, guys. Like we lose a Dark Ruler no more, but you know, if they got it, they got it. But we're pretty well set. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 forms of interruption. And we could still have even pushed for the IP and Unicorn play, just by instead of making Dweller, make IP, but it would have to go here, and the Draco Berserker would go here. And then once we fire off like the Dragster, we can just make Unicorn. And then that's where Crawler would probably get us the World Legacy World Chalice. So then when we pit, we get a free discard off Unicorn, and then we still get the Succession or the Guard Dragon that we want. So yeah, dang, not too shabby. Why not play cards like Darkness Metal to add Red Eyes Metal Dragon? Because that requires a normal summon, because the Darkness Metal doesn't special summon itself. So we'd have to normal summon, and it doesn't get our, because our normal summon has to be for Crusadia plays, because this is Crusadia. There's no way we can get it from the deck because we're not playing elpy. But at which point, if we're playing elpy and we have access to elpy, we just summon it straight from the deck anyway. But yeah, not too bad, guys, really. Heck, that's not too shabby. So I guess if people who think that if LP goes, the deck's going first capabilities is gone, incorrect. And I forget who said it, but see, we're still ending on a, like, we're not using enough rockets. Rockets are just essentially extenders in the list currently, powerful extenders. They're not starters, and they're just straight gas. That's what it is, straight gas. So I just realized our music stopped. I don't even know if you guys could hear the music, but I was kind of jamming out over here. Just getting my mood going. Shuffle up here. So do you think if LP gets banned, Pisty would replace it? Booty Bandit, I don't think so. I've already discussed this with a lot of my members and stuff like that. In order to make Pisty replace LP, you have to play the Dragon Shrine or Foolish Burial, because Pisty then will work, but it makes like it very inconsistent, whereas LP was more consistent because we always had access to a dragon by the effect of Magius getting us a Draco. So let's go ahead and shuffle it up here. How's everybody doing today? I know a few of you guys have chimed in and say how your plans are doing. Anyone have any exciting plans today? Do you think that Brawl Savage is going to get banned? I don't think so. What's good, Ava? I don't think Savage is going to get banned. That is just, I mean, potentially, yeah, because he is a really powerful synchro, but I just don't see it. What's good, Suck? How you doing? All right, let's just go ahead and shuffle up here. Let's do one more test hand, and then we'll kind of like see what we can do, because I feel like I plan to have the stream go till 3, and this is a long time to do test hands. This is a long time to have you guys watch test hands, so stay home and play Yu-Gi-Oh! On Dueling Nexus, because I can't afford anything else. I'm on Chromebook and can't. Bro, Ricardo, I know that feeling, man. I know that feeling. Banned to LP like the Nightmare Mermaid. It could sign it, because, I mean, look what they did to Nightmare Mermaid. They gave it a Prismatic Secret, and then bam, gone. Elimination. But let's go ahead and so here we go. We see boot up sector launch. Here we go, guys. 2 times on camera. Can we see a Crusadia? We did. Nice. So this is actually pretty solid. It sucks that it's Draco, but I mean, at this point, I'm just happy it's not Crawler. So, oh man, to the dentist. Ooh. Aiden, it's exactly 12:44 p.m. right now. And see, I don't know why my my camera's acting funny that way, but technology. Like I said, worst case scenario, if it crashes, we can just pop on over to EDO Pro and go get clapped there by people playing meta decks. So let's go ahead and normal summon Draco and go ahead and link off here. Into Magius. That will trigger our Exceed. chain 2, chain 1. We're still playing Exceed because Exceed is just straight busted. Summon here, and I think we'll just go ahead and get Arborea because Arborea is just really good. And see, I kind of like Dueling Nexus. Unpopular opinion, I like Dueling Nexus. It's kind of a mix between EDO Pro and Dueling Book. Make Rafflesia so we can stop the rock. And then see, we kind of are stuck here though. Because we can do Arborea. The boot sector is kind of believe it or not, it's a brick, so it's kind of slowing us down here, but that doesn't mean anything really. We got to summon this. So maybe making the Rafflesia is not the best plan. Maybe holding off on the Rafflesia. I know normally we want to make the rock, but considering Water Hand it's not the best. So if we go this route here, well, I mean, technically we could fire off a Linkrevo here to protect from Imperm. Like my Crusadia deck, that's an idol. That said, how does Form Skipper with Barking build? Rogue Theory is, believe it or not, interestingly enough in this build, I have cut Form Skipper. But we're essentially in the old build, what it was as an additional starter because it could copy the name. It got you Paralytic Seed, which is an amazing card that allows you to play through the rock and eventually like end on an extra form of disruption. But after so many times of eating Gamma and Ogre on the Format Skipper and just losing, I've decided to just cut it. And you have to, yes, sign it. There's no Skull Dread because if you lose elpy, you can't make a full power Skull Dread. So like we can make Linkrevo here to protect from cards like Imperm, and then we could go here for Regulex, and then Regulex would grab us. Now wait a minute. Don't do this yet. Keep this here. Go here, then make this. Trigger Regulex, grab us the rocket. Or not the rocket, the crawler. Yeah. Grab us the crawler. I was planning on getting impermanence for now. What should I place it with? So I should go with Ash, Ogre, etc. So the reason I play impermanence is because it's a high impact card. It cannot be called by the grave. So if you want to keep with that mentality that I have of like high impact, Forbidden Chalice would work. What Yu-Gi-Oh cards sound like lithium? I can do a render OV. OCG meta breakdown. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Chalice or Effector there. Again, if you're just looking for any 3 cards, this is Linkrevo, my man Vincent. Linkrevo. You just need a level 4 or lower Cyverse monster. But now, see, I had this somehow played out in my head that we were going to be able to push for a Savage too. But, or not a Savage. We can get a Savage or a Berserker, but we were looking for a Dragster too, and I don't know if we can do that because of Linkrevo. So I think regardless, we're I mean, we're still ending on 3 disruptions because of the Imperm, which makes Imperm better. Imperm is very forgiving. It's kind of like it's like Block Dragon-esque, as it's very forgiving and it kind of saves us if we can't push because it's like a 2-for-1. I think, yeah, never mind, guys. Forget what I said. I think that our best bet is to go here. Make this under the Magus, link these 2 up to Regulex, and then I think we just special here, grab ourselves the Crawler, go up here for Equimax, activate the boot up sector, special the Tracer, Tracer's effect to pop. That will grab us any of our extra rockets. We then can Synchro into a dark synchro, which could be Savage or Berserker. We set imperm in the center column and set here, and we can fire off this guy. Go here, and we technically do still have 3 interruptions, I guess. Technically speaking, if the Ling Kribo normally won't last because they'll just whack over it, but in the case of if they don't whack over it, or in the case of they do, we actually could even go, if we didn't really value, like assuming we're playing against Altergeist, I don't think this is strong enough personally. I don't think this is strong. Well, maybe Ling Kribo is actually, well, they'll just tech our Ling Kribo. But I think that maybe if you know you're playing against Altergeist, you would actually go up here, and you wouldn't search Crawler. In that instance, you would search Power, and you make Avermax, because then Avermax plus a Savage, I mean, that's pretty pretty powerful in that sense. And Altergeist struggle to out Avermax, especially if it's backed by a Crusadia Power. So do keep that. But currently, this is like I said, 3 interruptions, not too bad. So Regulus, let's see here. Why not play Crystron Halifibrax? Because it doesn't do as much for this deck as people think it does. If you're going to play Halifibrax, you should just move to the Synchro package with Herald and Savage. And I didn't want to jump into that. Regular, I missed something. I don't know what you missed, my man. Ricardo, ... I'm so confused on what I'm doing. So instead of format, are you running more extenders, or did you add the rocket package? Rogue Theory, I added the rocket package because you're all as the same theory. So like if you open, let me get it down here. So if you open Tracer, if you open any assortment of like rockets by any means, normally they're bricks, right? They're stuck in your hand. You have no way to summon them outside of quick launch. But in the same aspect of that, we always had access to elpy because we always had access to search out Draco. We have the same access to get to Striker Dragon, which gets us to Boot Sector, which then Boot Sector can make the dead rockets in your hand become extenders. So it's in that similar aspect that we're using it. Aiden, the next stream it's always going to be at noon, 12 to 12:30, because my wife goes to work and I like to, got family time. So I normally will make videos on Tuesday, or make videos and do all the editing I need on Monday for the YouTube. And then Tuesday at 12 p.m., I will start streaming until normally I do it for, my goal is to do it till she gets home. So like 5 hours of streaming is my goal. But sometimes, things come up and I stream for 12 to 3. But you guys get quite some time. So, but yeah, so like if you open, like, I mean, just let's see here. Because I don't have another Crusadia in my hand, let's just do this. So like in this normal hand right here, if you weren't playing Boot Up Sector Launch or playing Striker Dragon, this hand right here would be awful. And considering if we were playing that we don't have access to elpy. What's my boy? Raph, how you doing? 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So since we don't have access to elpy, we can't get the Skull Dread to fix this hand, right? So that means we're stuck with these. Whereas in this hand right here, Crusadia plus any extender can get you to Striker Dragon, which, like I said, Striker Dragon then gets you to Sector, and then Sector gets you to essentially, like in this case right here, it's Sector and Tracer is always a free Savage. But if you have an extra extender, you have more plays you can do by making like IP Masquerena, stuff like that. Because sometimes throughout your combo, you'll end with an extra card in hand. So like you'll end with an extra monster or something in your hand because you get an add back, you get a search. You can then make Equimax, Savage, Masquerena, and then you just have the ability to fire off the Masquerena on the first negate that you use, and then get into Unicorn, which then gives you a shuffle back. I'm doing pretty good, cannot complain. So the rocket package is Lancer Silver, quick launch, so 1-1 ratio, right? No, I'll quickly show. I kind of thought about that, believe it or not, but you always want to see Tracer in your hand. So right now, currently, I'm waiting on my 3rd Tracer, because Tracer is just super. Tracer is the best. So it's 2 Trace. So I think it should be 3 quick launch, 3 Tracer, and either one random card that Rocket Tracer can summon, or you should play 2. And I'm probably going to play 2 because I will more than likely always see, like, I'll see my 1 Garnet with it. So I'm probably going to play Magna and Silver. So that way, in case you open both, you always have the ability to fire off Tracer's effect. But still in testing, I'm starting to see like that doesn't matter. So like if you open these 2 here, you don't have to fire off the Tracer's effect. You can still just go ahead and just like Savage everything. But it's currently, it should be 3 quick launch, 3 Tracer, like I said, 1 or 2 alternating dragons, essentially. Yep, in case elpy gets banned, we're doing this. The return, Lubricants will return the rocket package. And let's just take a moment and realize, like, another card this is very interesting. So if elpy gets banned, quick launch is just phenomenal. Quick launch has always been a great card because it's a non-once per turn e-telly for the deck, and we all see what cards that summon from the deck happen to them eventually. So it's also, we're also like, even if we get rid of LP, we're also moved to quick launch, and I believe quick launch would also be on a similar time crunch too. So my man Raffle, I'm doing test hands, just trying to showcase them. My goal is to showcase, because like you're not always going to see a rocket. It's just to show you what you can see. If you see a rocket, and what you can see if you don't. And I think our first test hand, we didn't even see a single rocket, but we ended on 3 disruptions with like an IP, Equimax, and a Dragster, I want to believe, but chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Moving on here. So shout out to all 33 people here. I'm glad you guys could make it. In the extra deck, I'll show you guys. I'll show you real quick, my man Vincent. Anyway, shout out to all you guys that are here. If you guys want to support the stream, just hit that $sign down below. It goes a long way. For all you people who plan to catch my streams whenever you can, I have actually right here a new like price list. So like you don't, this will not be, you just, I can't find it now. I just scroll up in the chat. This is not for this one, but when we start live streaming more, you guys can donate and like get your donations will get you certain things. But in the extra deck, we're just still rocking. I'll just kind of lay it all out here. Still rocking all these. Dugaris is probably going to get cut for a the Nightmare Unicorn, but we'll see. So this is kind of the list right now. You're still playing these. You don't need Spatha anymore because Spatha is you're not making any guard dragon play, but still in some cases, like again, if you're going second, sometimes just making Spatha, and as you Crusaders know, moving that monster over into like just the zone for yourself can just equal the OTK. And now, believe it or not, Avermax is still in here because Avermax is just an OG. Avermax plus power is too good. But now that since we are trying to incorporate like IP and Unicorn into the list here, it makes Avermax better because then you can use IP into Avermax, and Avermax gains an extra form of protection, so it just doesn't get outed by like Chinky Regekis, Chinky Dark Holes, and stuff like that. Because the deck already has a main deck way to protect these two because of Arborean power and stuff. But also another interesting play you can do is if you want to set it up, is you can, instead of making Equimax and finishing your turn with Equimax, you can set up the turn and then just IP into Equimax, so then Equimax cannot be destroyed by card effects on top of being a negate. So Raph, my this right here would be Savage. The Draco Berserker would be the Savage. I just haven't got a Savage yet, and my Savage is coming in the mail. I opened 4 tins, which you guys will see about 3:30 today. I pulled, my tins were trash. My wife ended up pulling this pot of extravagance, which is just proves my theory that I can't open anything. But so far, yeah, I think this is 14 cards. So then essentially IP goes in, and then you take out the Dugaris for the Unicorn. And then in some hands, if you have able to fit in, you could also fit in like Unchained Abomination. And then you just practically get like a pop with Unchained, but I believe like the pop ain't worth it. I mean, this card just says you breathe, you pop a card. So like it's definitely there. But at which points, like if I'm going to try to end my board on Unchained Abomination, I'm just going to play Unchained. 2 cases, 1 Savage. Bro, we opened 1 case. Actually, my the Rogue Duelist, if you guys haven't checked them out, please check them out. They've opened a case, no IP. This was their second case that I split with them. And the only card that wasn't pulled was an IP. And I was like, oh, in my 4 tins, I should get it. And Konami's like, no, bro, you aren't going to get it. So kind of upset in that matter. But I don't know. I have just bad luck with opening. So that's why this is not a pack opening channel. This is a content. This is a deck profile and all that type of thing. You're absolutely right, Ricardo, because of the pop at the end phase, if I remember right. So I just assume, like Unchained Abomination, I just assume that this card will not stick around because lubricant, my man, no need to rub it in, okay? I just assume that Abomination will not stay around because the opponent will know this card's a problematic and actually solve it, and we actually have no way to protect this card. We don't have Crusadia Power doesn't do anything for it. Our boy doesn't do anything for it. So, like, unlike this card in Equimax and Avermax, if the opponent tries to out it or has a way to out it, we have ways to protect it. So that's kind of why like this card's kind of up here. I'm trying to see like if it comes up, but it hasn't yet. So we're still doing all right. Quick cut. Bought a 10 and got Striker and Savage. My friend asked me if I wanted to trade. I said nah. That's so interesting because I pulled a Striker and a True Draco Berserker, the 2 cards that I already had that I didn't need. But well, man. Avermax like $4, I think. It's still pretty affordable. Like hop on it when you get a chance to. So Crusadia Starkey, Infinite Impermanence, Draco, Succession, and Tracer. So not too shabby. I'm just actually really getting tired of seeing Draco, believe it or not. Like kind of crazy that that's what we're seeing is Draco a lot, not any other Crusadia. But I mean, we're seeing a Crusading that's not crawler, so beggars can't be choosers. So can't get a 10 because my locals are closed, but I'm happy for y'all. My man Ricardo, if you can, hit up TCG Player, try your best. And I guess if you're going to use TCG Player, use my affiliate link. That's in the description of my videos. I guess try not to be a sellout streamer, but if you happen to gander over there, so interesting. This hand's very interesting, but I think let's try it. For my man Raph, who just hopped in, we'll go ahead and link Draco away. You never want to see Draco, but sadly you got to play it because I'd much rather see Draco than no Crusadia's names. Never played 2 Draco. Even worse, open 2. Drake, you just have to max out on almost all the Crusadias. It's just so bad that the deck has like 15 Crusadias and you can still not open one. So I'm reading the chat. If you do, you know, thank you. I watch a few streamers, which I won't say names, and they just are horrible at selling out. And it just, it drives me up the wall. That's one thing, like, but I get it, you know, it's their living, so they have to do it. So I get that's what they have to do to make it, but like I really couldn't do it. To be 100% honest with you, I could not be a sellout. I'm awful at it. I forget too easy, but that's how they make a living, so I get it. And if I do want to pursue doing this as a living, I need to maybe become a little bit more of a sellout, except for it's not my nature, so I don't even think I would do it. I would just kind of like build it on the, if you want to, you can use it. And just kind of remind people that it's there instead of being like, oh, what's it that streamers do? $50 and watch me go chug a beer, smile. Like that just kind of drives me nuts. But I get it. So right here, we're actually kind of interesting in what we are. This board is still going to be 3 interruptions. That's why Imperm is such a powerful card. So we'll just go ahead and link here and go into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon will grab us Boot Sector. So as you guys can see, we are still getting to 3 interruptions. And that's kind of, so like if this isn't impermanence, the likelihood it could be Paralytic Seed, Chaos Space. We're still going to have the ability to get to some form of 3 interruptions. And that's actually really nice to see because like that's really what I'm shooting for is 3 interruptions, consistent, Crusadia, best deck. Regulex. Then we special darn stream. Don't know why the stream is doing that. My apologies, guys. Go here for Regulex, grab us Crawler, Smile, Crawler, Smile. Chat, if I ever become anything like that, you have full permission to reach through this screen and slap the smack out of me. And yes, slap the smack out of me. I might have to do that chain link, but currently I'll just do it for the next one. It'd be more help out, but hey, you're good, my man. So we grab here, and then I think that we just get here and go up into Equimax because he is the man. Farfa Smile. Yes, no names. Don't call out any names out there. I actually do enjoy Farfa. He is one of the most entertaining people I've ever seen. So Silent Universe, yeah, I ended up cutting Skipper, no Skipper, because we eat Ash. Maybe like when Gamma and Ogre doodle on off again, we can put back Skipper because Skipper is that good. But I just didn't feel like losing to those cards. And considering the fact, so I know people could say you instead of playing Crusadia Power, you could play Call by the Grave. Well, Call by the Grave only hits the Ogre. You still get Gamma, you lose. So just to reduce my chances of losing to those powerful cards, I decided to cut it. So then we go ahead and activate Boot Up Sector Launch because consistency. Then we use Sector Launch to summon the Tracer. We can then set Crawler here, set Infinite Impermanence here, and set Power here. Tracer's effect to destroy the launch, grab ourselves Dragon. And then this is where, well, no, we're locked in the darks now. I was about to say this is where this like engine shines because we can just make Dweller, but we can't make Dweller. So instead of making Dweller, we'll just make ourselves a Traco, Berserker, or a Savage Dragon. And something else some people got to remember. It's definitely, it is GG on there, but like, and then see, like, you can play around it if you suspect your opponent to have it, but I'm not always, like, if you have, like, the nuts of a hand and you have Foreman Skipper, and it's like, I can play around Ogre or Gamma and end on a subpar board, or I can shoot for the moon and just blow my load and win, and then you eat an Ogre and Gamma. It just kind of, it's rough, you know? So, anywho, so this right here is not too bad because we can fire off the Crawler. Crawler will grab us the Guard Dragon. And then, like I said, like if they have anything to interact with Equimax, we have Crusadia Starkey here. But also, this is also the ability we can chain this and stop Dark Ruler no more. And then we do have the Infinite Impermanence waiting in the distance to whack them. Slick Assassin, my man, these are just set up for Mech Knights because I ain't scared of no Mech Knights. As they swarm my board and clap my cheeks, I will not fear them because I ain't about that life. I'm going to forget it a little bit. I definitely can. I wouldn't mind to. There's a lot of changes I would definitely make to show. So, like, I could talk to those two. But this is all just, like I said, under the presumption that LP gets banned. So if LP gets banned, we're kind of, I mean, this is kind of something we can go for. You can always go second and just one punch. It's always optional. But I know some people enjoy the combo going first Crusadia. So, like, which, of course, is like me. Like, take note, guys. Like, I played this going second, too. And the best variant I have always played has been by far the going first because it makes us less dice roll dependent. But you can definitely just go to, like, going second Crusadia in one punch. You definitely do not have to play this. But like I said, if they don't hit LP, it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if they do hit LP, probably the rocket package would come out again. And we'll put back in. I think I cut out, I had to cut out the waterfront and everything. So that'll just end up going back in. Maybe not an in-depth deck profile. I'll lay it out for you guys and kind of showcase it to you guys. And talk to you guys about it. But let's, we're here for test hands to see how consistent we can put up 3 interruptions and interact with half of our opponent's hand. That's what we're here for. Unless anyone wants to, my friend asked me a question and now I'm confused. Do you need power? Do you need the power for Dark Ruler no more? No, you do not need power for Dark Ruler no more. You can have a Crawler for Dark Ruler no more. So let me just kind of get a quick setup. The only thing you need is something already pointing, Equimax is already pointing to. So quick launch even works too. Let's just go here. So all you need to stop power. And Michael Cohen, whatever y'all want, I do not mind. So all you need to stop Dark Ruler no more is Equimax, and then you either need a Crusadia already pointed to him or in any card that can be chained to Dark Ruler no more. That's all you need. In the case of if you don't have the Crusadia, all you need is Crusadia Crawler, and then during the standby phase, you fire it off, and then all you need is any card, Quick Launch or Crusadia Power, to chain to the Dark Ruler to have Equimax negate it. So it really just, like, if you have a monster, you can have a monster already pointing there, and then Crawler then becomes the ability to negate Dark Ruler no more. If you don't have a monster because, your hand required you to use your extra monster, Crawler then fires off, and then Quick Launch or Power become the ability to negate Dark Ruler no more. And take note, guys, this can also stop Forbidden Droplets, assuming that they don't pitch a spell or trap with the droplets. So in most cases, they're not going to do that. You'll probably end up negating it once, and then they'll be like, then they'll know, like, oh wait, Crusadia can negate 2 of the strongest cards in the format, and then they'll probably start pitching spell and traps to stop you there. Can I see a deck list? The one if their LP's been, if it is, I definitely will. I'll show you guys a deck list of both. If you guys want to, hit that join button and become a member. You might get to see it early access. Sellout streamer smile. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into another test hand because we're trying to see how consistent this list is. Because sign out, you have to open Blizzard. You have the main way to search it and do it already. So you don't want to play brick cards that you have that you have to open when you can have a searchable way to do it. I don't really play Duel Links, to be honest with you. I'm not really a fan of mobile games. I don't play a lot of mobile games, to be honest with you. But it does look fun. I know a lot of people really enjoy it. Thought you can chain on the search a Crawler if he activates the ruler. I guess I don't know what you mean by that. It's just like if you've ever played with Night Beam. Night Beam says you can't respond with the card targeted, but you can just chain one of your trap cards or chain something to the Night Beam and then chain the set card. But Tracer, Draco, dang. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I would actually fire off Rhoda because, you know, if our opponent ashes us here, we're actually like, I mean, you got him, Duelist. If they hold it, we still have Draco. I mean, we're still really well set. So again, 3 interruptions, best deck, no debate. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Magus. Ooh, we could chain block the Magus out. With the Draco, let's do that. Chain 2, chain 1. We haven't done this for a while because of we always save the Draco for the Spatha. Grab us Aslan the Lion. Leonis. Ooh, on occasion, but gacha games hurt my... Yes, for sure. My wife plays a few of those, like, AFK Arena and stuff like that, and she's pretty good with it. She's really good at those games, surprisingly. I am not. I played Raid Shadow Legends for a while. Raid Shadow Legends. And was hoping to get $1,000 sponsorship from them, but never happened because I suck at games like that. But, I mean, like how he activates Ruler, you can chain Crawler. On the search or summon of Crawler, you can chain Ledger Equine. I don't think so. I don't think you can do that. Really, yeah, hashtag not sponsored. Yeah, Droll would actually kind of rip this hand apart, so thank goodness Droll is not back in the format. Otherwise, we would be eating a Droll and we would be crying, kind of. Let's play Raid Shadow Legends now. Yeah. There you go. Actually, I don't think Konami would sponsor anyone, especially not me, because I'm too small. They go after the big channels, and then they go after channels who, like, trash talk them, and I never really trash talk them. So there we go. Then we just go up here, and we still have Arborea, which is actually really good because the fact that we have an extra Arborea gives us potentially free discard fodder for an IP Masquerena play. So then we'll just go ahead and summon out Aslan the Lion, grab ourselves the Faithful Boy Crusadia Crawler, which is a Fallon carte, if you guys can see that. Okay, so be honest with you, a sideboard Droll for a mirror match, if you encounter this type of mirror match. I don't know if you guys can see that, see Fallen carte, but German, I guess, for trap card, maybe? I don't speak fluent German. I just have the cards. And then, of course, we just link climb right here up into Equimax. One thing I can tell you guys that I am noticing that I'm liking about this versus the Guard Dragon side of things is this right here is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, we still have kind of like a bunch of cards in our extra deck, whereas like the Guard Dragon just like sucks our entire extra deck dry. So let's go ahead and special here. Make ourselves the Dragster, or we could even go to IP Masquerena. No, because I don't think we'll have the extra monster that I want. But you could definitely go for IP Masquerena right there, and then boot up Sector Launch, go into Tracer, make Savage, and then. But see, Savage is a card that you don't. It's such a high impact card. You don't really want to get rid of Savage after that. You'd want to keep the Savage. So maybe for sure go into Dragster. Then we activate Sector Launch, summon the Tracer for like the 5th time. Tracer's effect, we will destroy the Crusadia Equimax. Nani, kidding, destroy Quick Launch. Or not Quick Launch, Sector Launch. Summon out Magna Rocket. We then Synchro. For your choice of 8, Savage or Kenny, set the Crawler, and then during the opponent's standby phase, you fire off the Crawler and grab us And since we have Arborea in hand, we can, instead of grabbing Guard Dragon, we can grab ourselves the Succession. Synchro Shogun. Won't you play cards? No, because I'll play IP. IP is actually, that's what these cards up here are kind of for, or like testing cards. IP, I definitely think is going to see its way into the extra deck, but Apollousa, no, because I don't think I think Echo-Max is just better. Apollousa eats an imperm if you don't set up certain negates with it, and you kind of lose. Apollousa does not stop the rock. Apollousa does not stop Forbidden Droplets. Whereas our boy Echo-Max here, he does. But yeah, so there you go. 3 interruptions, pretty easy. 2 cards left in hand. And then like a follow-up for the next turn for sure. Yeah, that's actually really not awful, to be honest with you. You could actually, if you have room in your extra deck to play 2 synchros, you could use Succession to bring back the Tracer pop, bring out the Silver Rocket Dragon, then make another synchro, whether it be if you have room for both Draco and Savage, and then that's pretty good. Ivan Amaranx is too good. It is really good. What's good, my man? Gladian Games TCG, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it. But yeah, so I mean, that's not too bad. And also, my man Michael, something since you could also do is IP into Echo-Max, which is something like that's pretty cool, I think. Requires a little bit more setup. It requires a lot of pre-thinking to get the setup going, but I mean, if you get for you guys who are just getting into the live stream, we have been able to consistently put up 3 interruptions every hand, minus 1 hand where we open just Dragon Link combo. Shogun, I've been saying it wrong the entire stay in Shogun. I don't care. Shogun, you know what? I speak fluent Japanese, and I can tell you that it is Shogun, clearly. So interesting you'd ask that, Aiden. I remember way back when, I played Tinny over Savage, and I got my invite with it. And this card put in so much work because it just hit the Gazelle and then hit out Multi-Faker in hands, which was like really good. And it puts on about as much battle pressure as Savage does. It's just, it doesn't negate. And I think right now you need hard negates. But at the same time, to counter that argument, they activate Researcher in hand, banish. They activate Fleur-de-Lis in hand, banish. They activate Alicia, banish. They activate the Golden Boy Richard, banish. It's not too bad. Anaconda IP into Avermax, Jackmax, it's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Especially, and see, like I would almost consider playing. I played the, what do you call it? The Verde Anaconda, Red Eye, like those cards. I just suck with seeing my bricks, and I do not want to add 3 bricks into the deck with me, who already personally struggles with seeing them. But it is pretty nasty, I would say. I would say that any deck that can put out the Dragoon is pretty strong. And I have not tested it. As I just said, my man suck. I just kind of eat my bricks, and I don't want to see them. So we're going to quickly draw one more hand here. Imperm pulling through and Guard Dragon. So this is actually really good. And before I continue on, guys, I'm going to run downstairs, use the restroom, and be right back. Ricardo, that would be my luck. Dark Magician, Red Eyes, and the Crawler. But coincidentally, Crawler's not popped up the stream yet in my opening hand. So I'm going to quickly use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Look at this beautiful hand and hold down the fort. All right, guys, I'm back. Welcome. Technically, the only non-break is right. Well, I'm back, guys. Y'all remember last time I streamed, I ran down the stairs and cracked into my fan, and that was definitely not a fun time. So this hand right here is beautiful. However, guys, I am noticing that I'm way out of shape. Walking up and down my stairs, really killing me. Crusade Dogmatica. Crusade Dogmatica is really fun, to be honest with you. You just have to hold the Ecclesia and stuff for the maximum value to the very end, after you've already summoned out the extra deck, if I remember right. And then you just special it to his own Equimax points too. Gains the attack, get a floor release, instant hand trap negate. Super strong. Reinforcements of the army to grab us Arborea. And I mean, we still like, still this is a good example. Quick launch is still combo. Now, if this happened to be like, well, no, we even still had combo no matter what, because we opened 2 Crusadias. So if this happened to be Rocket Tracer, we're still set pretty good. But grab the Arborea, normally Arborea, link it away. And since we haven't opened the Guard Dragon, go into the Magius. I think we can fire off Quick Launch here to save here into Tracer. Tracer's effect, Magius grab us Draco. And then I think I'm seeing some chinky plays here. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe turn Draco into Striker. Striker's effect to get us boot up Sector. Because we want to use the boot up Sector. So that means we have to destroy something here. Do we yeet down Draco, grab back the Arborea? Or do we, how do we do, well, no, we already, yeah, there's no point, there's no point in doing that crazy play using Striker Dragon. Let's just go ahead and get into Regulex. Chain 2, chain 1, add us back, oh goodness, add us back Arborea, grab us the Faithful Crawler. I've always had like a low key, like I've wanted to play Unchained because they're like a very control comboist deck. Actually, one of my friends, Caleb, picked up the deck, and I'm actually very excited to play test against it and see if it's something I would want to pick up, because I really do love the Crusadia or the Link strategy. I do love Link summoning. Oh, Gladian, I would love that, my man. I would love it. Catching up on your accounts. Do you max on the Crusades main? I max on everyone but Leonis. Leonis is the only one I play at 2. And that's just because space is tight that I can't get him up. And he is like virtually the worst Crusadia. So totally lost my train of thought. So we go here. Imperm pulling through is that 3rd interruption. Equimax. Sector, do we, who? Let's see here, guys. I think we would go Specialty Arborea, because, you know, why not? But we then can use Guard Dragon. Well, we can use Guard Dragon to add back the Tracer to hand, and then we can activate Boot Up Sector and launch the special Tracer. Tracer then can destroy this to summon out Magna Rocket. We then could make IP here, and then we could set the here, and then during our opponent's turn, when they commit their normal, fire off IP, go into Unicron, ditch the extra board in our hand, spin a card, and then fire off Crawler to grab us. We have to grab ourselves Succession. See, that is one route we could do, and that's 3 forms of interruption. 1, 2, 3. The only other play we would have would be not to fire this off. And like you keep this in your hand, like you'd still end on these 2, except for no, you would definitely special this because you want to have the ability to negate Dark World on more, and you'd end on a Synchro 8. So Definitely not. Definitely not too bad. I mean, still, again, we're still meeting the 4 disruptions. And also something to very note, guys, is you want to try to like end on Savage over Tinny, because I think Savage gets that extra boost that's here. All rock Borreload Savage. Yeah, see, never mind. Never mind. I guess it don't matter then, because I thought it was Boral monsters, but it's rocket monsters. So yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 3 forms of eruption. Almost every hand we've been able to consistently get to it. We have the ability to interact with half of our opponent's hand. Now, I do think it's more resilient to hand traps in the fact of, you have cards like Call by the Grave, or like Call by the Grave, Quick Launch, which is not once per turn. So you can just fire off multiple quick launches and, eat multiple ashes, which is not too bad. Yeah, my man, I had to cut out, in this list I had to cut Chaos Valkyrie, and it really hurt my soul. I actually have contemplated, I contemplated putting it back in at least at a 1 of, because you have more search targets for it with Chaos Space, because any Crusade, or not any Crusadia, any rocket card in your hand is a dark, so then you can pitch it off of the Chaos Space and get yourself the White Dragon. But if you've already used White Dragon, get you the Valkyrie, which makes the Chaos Spaces not dead after you first use them, which is something that's very difficult. But actually, to be honest with you, a hand like this would be absolutely crazy. It would be absolutely the bonkers. But yeah, so no Chaos Valkyrie. I'm trying to keep I will not go past 45 because my OCD kicks in. I think anywhere between 40 to 45 is good, because it subjects you not to see your 1 of bricks, where in the course of Crawler, and I think Gravedigger's Trap Holes too, and then arguably very well so, Boot Up Sector Launch is a brick as well. So it stops it. If you play more cards, you have less chance to see them, but 40 is still super consistent. So I'm trying to get it. I think currently my list is at 42. Once I get my 3rd Tracer, the Tracer's going in, and maybe I can cut out the Silver Rocket for a 1 Valkyrie, just because Valkyrie is a pretty solid extender, and it is a level 4, all that fancy jazz. So remember, guys, if you guys want to support the stream, hit that dollar button down below and support us here. Everything would be appreciated. Yeah. Sellout streamer, I guess. Smile. God, what have I done? I started that, now I can't stop it. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle it up here and hit into another test hand, because that's all we're doing. I've been streaming since noon, so about an hour and a half. Five cards. Let's see the damage. Leonis, white, boom, boom, boom. So this is actually, this is busted. Sail out, smile. So, dang. So this is a Monster Mash hand, and this is actually one of the best Monster Mash hands I've seen. So let's go ahead and normal summon here. Make her Magius, because we're that good. We can even Draco now if we really want to. We could Draco. Yeah, so chain 2, chain 1. Add back that. Grab ourselves Arborea, because at worst case, Arborea is always going to give us to a... I wish there was a level 6 Synchro that was like some form of negation. But it'll always get us to a Dragster at the bare minimum. Ricardo, being a YouTuber is not too bad once you get the hang of it. It's a lot of trial and error. So at the very beginning, it can seem super hard, but then once you get your editing down, you get your content, you get your upload schedule set, it becomes pretty easy. So my upload schedule is pretty simple. Mondays I come in and I just work my butt off on my Monday, and I strike a dragon. I end up just getting all that I can done on Monday for the entire week for my upload schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then now that I'm incorporating live streams, now I just kind of come up and sit down and play. And again, Chainlink is right. No, get Mario. Free content. I've never been on the mainstream, to be honest with you. I don't talk about the ban list because everyone else talks about the ban list. I don't flock to the next meta deck. I play the deck that I like and keep trying to innovate it. I play tier 3 decks. I play Fire Fist. Fire Fist is one of my favorite decks currently outside of Crusadia because of its combo skill. And I just love getting 1 interruption on my combo and losing. And I have to have Ancient Warriors and all that type of thing. I wholeheartedly enjoy what I do, I guess. Lubricant sword, I actually do. So let's see here if I can share you. So I do viewer duels. Like currently they are up for donation because yeah, they will be. I will offer. So that's kind of like the pricing I got right now. Let me know what you guys think about that because you guys are my streamers. If they seems unfair, let me know. If there's something like, you know, just let me know like if some price seems unfair. But for sometimes like if you guys want to, I'll do like a free streamer view, a free viewer stream, something like that. I can't figure out the word. And then I'll just EDO Pro or Dueling Book. I'll just play for free all night, and you guys can donate whatever you want to play. You guys don't have to, but I'll just have to definitely write down a list of people who want to play. But yeah, so let's continue on playing this because we need to. Because this hand's actually quite crazy. Since we don't have access to Rocket Tracer, we have Silver Rocket. So, go here, grab the crawler. Remember, 3 interruptions is the goal. I could definitely build a Mathmech deck. Actually, somewhere in that price tier that I just put up into the chat, I should have put, I think there's supposed to be like another $5. There's supposed to be two $2, two $5, and the $5 just lets you build it or tell me a deck to build, and I'll build it and play. Sign up versus Mathmech is very fun and actually has a good going first now, which is crazy. Looking forward to any Arcane Fantasies. Phantom Knights, believe it or not. I'm looking forward to Phantom Knights. The man, the myth, the legend, Equimax. Ugh. And then see, we can go like here and then here. Yeah, so then we can go here, Banish the Dark, which of course is our Striker Dragon. Go here for kind of crazy how we haven't seen Chaos Space that much, except for that one hand where we saw it twice. Very interesting. The Black Dragon. So then we can. And then another thing to look out too is if you do open multiple Chaos Spaces, the IP into the Unicorn play allows you to pitch the extra Chaos Space. We can go like here and then use the Sector Launch to grab us Dweller, which would not be too bad. Dweller still just wrecks the format, to be honest with you. And then we could just do Sector Launch, Special the Rocket, overlay for Dweller. Oh, my man Raph, I watch tons of them. I watch Black Clover, My Hero Academia. Actually, let me show you guys what I just 3D printed today, actually. So, I watch, like I said, Black Clover, My Hero Academia. I watch God of High School. I watch Fire Force. I watch Sword Art Online. You name it. And then, so I made this today with my 3D printer. This thing right here, so I just made it, and then my wife accidentally dropped it, or kind of broke his hair already, so I'll have to make a new one already. But that's okay, not too bad. But it says Go Plus Ultra, and it's All Might for those who don't know from My Hero Academia. So definitely, I've been experimenting with this, or trying to make my prints a little bit better, and this is the biggest print I've ever made so far because I've mostly just made 3D printed field centers, and I decided to go out and try to do this one, and it turned out very good. It took 9 hours to print, but like I said, not too bad. I can definitely experiment with some more. But you know, like a lot of my, I actually do a lot of memes where I quote a lot of My Hero, like Go Plus Ultra, or like I think one time I was like, I made like a board like this, and I was like, nothing can break our board, and then I put in All Might saying Sun for All, and it was him holding spear mode. So it was actually, so I use a lot of All Might memes, especially when I use like, I like Midoriya and all that stuff, but I watch a lot of, I have like my Crunchyroll, I watch a lot of it, believe it or not. Man of Culture for real. I used to watch High School DxD for the story. Lord Marksman and Vandus, Rising of a Shield Hero. What else? Trying to think. I really like the romance ones. I know that's so weebish, but it really gets me when I enjoy like the heroine or something. Like Sword Art Online is really good. Fire Force is starting to become one of my favorites. Black Clover is definitely really good. Just because like I just love Asta, man. Asta is the bomb. All 5 seasons of high school. Chain Link. New version. Thank you, Sigurd. And already I want to test it. I can definitely. I'll lay it out, my man, Gold Wolf, so everyone can see it. So far, like I said, if you haven't checked it out, Gold Wolf, we've done like every test hand, and outside of one, we're always able to end on consistently 3 interruptions. And one of those interruptions in like 3 hands, I believe, has been infinite impermanence, but that could also be substituted for any hand trap you have to. Chain Link, a man of culture. Data Live is pretty good too. Data Live is really good. So again, guys, here you go. Busted. Any other deck outside of like Rockets, like this would be bad, but because like we are losing elpy, this is crazy. And we also have Crusadia Starkey here to like allow us to push through too. This is really good. So Arborea. Again, like playing against like the only way we can stop the rock is, well, I mean, even here, guys. Well, shoot. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it all would just depend if I'd have to read this card 1 second. 1 second. Boys are some romantic. I am, man. I am a romantic boy at heart. My wife gets so mad because like I'll watch all these romantic animes and stuff, and they like bring me to like tears in my eyes, and she's like, "Why don't you show me romance like that?" And yeah, I do. No, I do show her romance. She's just don't ever see it, I guess. Chain 2, chain 1, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab. Let's go ahead and grab Maximus here. They should turn the World Legacy into a anime. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. So I hope to actually start live streaming on Twitch. I've really been just kind of a YouTube boy myself. Like I love YouTube. I love using YouTube, and I understand like if I want to get like more income from this and like pursue the route to becoming a full-time streamer and content creator, I have to like branch off that way. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I believe it or not, so story time with Charles. My wife watched Sword Art Online way back when. So we were high school sweethearts. My senior year, she watched it. And I made fun of her because I did not watch anime. I made fun of her so bad, and she's like, "It's so good, you gotta watch it." So then I was working night shift, and I sat down. I was like, "All right, I'll watch it." And I plowed through that entire series, the first sword, SOA 1 and SOA 2, and I made it all the way through. And then the anime hole just began. It sucked me up and got me. Shield of the Fell Knight is actually one of my favorites. It is better. I know people say it's like Asterisk War, but I think it is better than Asterisk War. I think that the writing's better. I think that they should have a dang season 2. The new one, the new SOA War for the Underworld, it's actually pretty good. It's actually really good, in my opinion. I like God of High School. I think that is it's a typical action anime, but I mean it's still pretty good. Like it has some awesome fight scenes, and the choreographing on them is awesome. It has to do with like Taekwondo, all the Korean styles of martial arts. It's pretty good. I believe it's worth it. So then we'll go on special here, grab ourselves Crusadia Crawler. I think it's worth it. I think that it's actually pretty good. There was an episode I actually texted Ferg because he kind of watches it too, and I was like, "Man, this recent episode." This was like I think a week ago, so there's 2 weeks ago. Not going to spoil it for you, but like, there's a part where you're like, "Oh no, he's all alone," and then his Asuna pops up on it, and it broke my heart. My little weep heart started to cry. So then let's go on. COFK. Gotta go see it. See, my Aiden, thank you for dropping in and joining. Appreciate it. Platinum Nova Season 2 of Rise of the Hero has been announced on current. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is. It should be coming for sure. So let's go ahead and activate boot up Sector Launch here. Sector Launch special summons out Tracer and the Rocket. We then can special the Arborea here. And see, this is where I do recommend playing 2 different rockets, because in this scenario here, so you play 3 Tracer, 3 Quick Launch, and 2 rockets of your choice. Quick Launch effect to destroy this, and then we grab ourselves Silver Rocket Dragon. Chivalry the fail. Oh, I'm sorry, my man. I've never ever heard it called that, so I gotta reread what you just said. But the last 2 episodes of Chivalry, yes, it was. And then like the opening too, like a lot, like to get me to watch an anime, your opening has to be phenomenal. And Chivalry's opening is phenomenal. The story is great, and it's not like a typical like, what do you call it? Like one where it's like, so in the very beginning of the anime, he walks in on her changing, and most of like typical Japanese anime, they like have something really bad happen, but like he's just straight like an armor dude. And he's like, he like rips everything off too to make it like fair, which is something that really caught me off guard, because most time like you just see nosebleeds and stuff like that. But yeah, I am not playing Noctovision, believe it or not. Crawler fires off, grabs us here. I thought about it. It's actually in my list to try, but space is so tight in the list to get to that I don't think that we can get to it. And because like I said, 45 is my limit. 45 is my limit, and this should be set to. And I think by adding that in, it's just an extra brick. But we do have immediate access to it. And Striker Dragon, just being able to just plop down and not restrict us is really nice. Like, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so there, guys, again, 3 interruptions. Super easy. Let's go, baby. Best deck. However, and then like if you guys have noticed, like we have the ability to play around so many more hand traps, it feels like. Let's go ahead and throw in like any hand trap. Yeah, Asterisk is very similar too. But I think that's why I said like I think that it's better in my opinion. Because like I think in Asterisk he has like some locked away ability like any other anime, but like in Chivalry he's like his ability. He's built it up because he's been told like he's awful throughout his life, so can relate. But anyway, avoiding all the past trauma problems of Charles here. Let's go ahead and jump into another one. Like this has been like really good. Let's try to see what a 6 card will do. I mean, like maybe we won't play it because like we're trying to showcase, like we know what the deck can do going second. We're trying to see what it can do going first. I have noticed like I've not made IP and Unicorn as often, but like I feel like it's going to be one of those scenarios where like I'll need it there. I'd much rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. This guy hasn't come up at all, sadly. But if I want to play this guy, I'll definitely pick up Unchained. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop in here to the next test hand. 2, ooh. Let's go, let's go. Nocturne is a +1 since you always go for Striker Dragon. I would never have played it if I was waiting for elpy, but Striker is so early. That is a very good point. Striker, Noctovision Dragon. I wish it was actually a rocket, now that I think about it. If it was a rocket, I think that'd make it so much better. But again, it's just, it's extra card you have to have in your hand in order to get the +1 off of it. But I do agree with you. It probably would be a really good one-up to play. Not even going to lie. What level is it? Is it level 7? Brotherhood is such... Brotherhood. I remember being, like, watching that, being, like, 4 years old. Not even 4 years old, because I'm not that old. But being, really young and watching that. And my, like, aunt that I stayed with, when I was watching it with her, she's like, what in tarnation is this? So it's a level 7. Darn. You could potentially believe it. So like you could also play like the rocket synchron and then make Savage or Berserker that way. Then make Quick Launch and that card work out really well with it. It could also 7, 8, 9, 10. Is there any good synchro 10s out there? So this hand's not too bad. It's a typical. Let's see here. Let's try, because I want to see how many hands we can make Ooga Booga negates out of. This, I think this is not going to be one of those hands. And if they have a response to the Magius, hit him with the Crusadia Starkey. Go here. Ricardo, anime, yeah. Well, if you really think about it, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of anime because it's just anime artwork essentially. But I was so upset because like my playmats are supposed to be coming out soon, and I was like sitting here waiting for them, and I was like, man, I should be getting them anytime. And then I forgot today's a holiday, so I will not be getting them this soon, which is so upsetting. But as soon as they come out, if you guys are members, you get first access to it. If you only draw if you link. Oh shoot. Well, then that totally would escape. Well, I mean, okay. So I mean, yes, if you link with it, you can get a draw. But I'm saying like in worst case scenarios, if you can't link with it, you could use it as like a synchro fodder, I guess. But that actually might come up. My man Flexi and my YouTube member actually advised me to play a while ago, and I didn't see any need to it because it just felt like I was adding another brick. But now, since elpy might get banned, it might actually be worth it, you know. Chain 2, chain 1, get us back the Arborea, grab us the, where is it at? I wish that, so this is something that really upsets me about this deck, is I love the World Legacy story, and I wish that our artifact, the crown, did a little bit more than what it did. They really made World Legacy World Chalice busted, and then they gave us the crown, and the crown has like a super good first 2 effects, special summon, it's a form of interruption, but then like it should have had a better effect to search a World Legacy. Oh yeah, you better believe I'm still playing 3 power because it's just too good. Like as much as like Call by the Grave is really good, but I have never, ever have not missed Call by the Grave, and I love Call by the Grave. Normal kid, mom, dad, let's watch a series. Anime fan. Son, are you winning? Here we go. Striker Dragon. Dragon's effect grabs us. Remember, guys, if any of you guys want to help support the stream here, just go ahead and hit that $sign down below. Any little bit is appreciated, and it goes practically right back into the stream. And you said, son, are you winning? Kind of reminds me of the Bread Boys. Son, what is this? Heresy. Shotgun screams. If Crown said if this card's persona, you can cards for you, draw 1 card. Yes, 100%. Or heck, it don't even like it could like it searches a World Legacy. It's like if you control a face-up link monster that doesn't have an open link zone, banish add a World Legacy card, like some sort of weird, crazy restriction, but have it similar to the Chalice, but not be Chalice would be great. Okay, so here we are. Have we reached 3 interruptions yet? We definitely have not. Well, shoot, maybe 3 interruptions is not our best bet. We could go here. No, we can't yet. We'd have to link here into Equimax. I think our best bet's going to be this, like this. And not go for that, go for an IP. Then search us Black Dragon. This definitely does make things a little bit interesting because you want to set Crusadia Power in Crawler, right? And you fire off the Crawler at the start, and you'll get yourself whatever World Legacy you need. Guard Dragon. Now, see, this is where, like, so you don't want to use power on this because then you can't tag out. The IP is just sitting here because you are more than likely going to use Equimax as negate. So once the Equimax is threatened by something that if he's already using negate, you can use IP into Equimax into Avermax, and then you have power still setting that will be able to fire off and protect the Avermax even more. Not like they'd be able to solve them anyway. And then we have 3 cards in our hand that we're just going to be able to practically go through. We draw for turn. We draw Reclusia. I mean, that's not too good, but I mean, it's definitely, I mean, like, we're really going to be able to put on. Reclusia is always a good top deck in the turn 3 because you just go like this and pop a card. And if you have, I think we have Arborea in the grave. We do. Arborea, you can just practically free real estate, special, pop. And then since we do have Unicorn fit in, we could just make a Unicorn this way. I mean, like, so like you special here, pop a card, right? Banish the Arborea to protect. banish the light to summon out Collapse Serpent. Activate a Guard Dragon to summon back Draco. Draco to add back the Leonis. And then, like, so we've already removed one card. We can just link 3 here into the Unicorn and then pitch the Boot Up Sector Launch and remove another card. And then we can just push for way more damage. So, I mean, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good considering. Like, that had a stronger turn 3 than it did than I thought it would. So, not too shabby, not too shabby. Again, thank you all for you 31 people that are here. Thank you guys so much for joining, hanging around this time. I do appreciate it. It shows that I'm doing something good. IP. I think I put the Unicorn. Yeah, there's the Unicorn. Oh, go figure. I thank the 30 people that are here and 2 of them leave. All right, haters, see ya. But all right, let's go into another test hand. I know some people really like these. Like I could sit and watch. I don't know if you guys know Phoenix Flare. I could sit and watch him do Dragonity test hands for hours. Four straight hours I could sit and watch him do that. The Bread Boys are hilarious, my man. Father. Oh, and my man Ricardo, I understand like things come up, you know, like I know, believe it or not, a lot of my watch people are from other countries like Europe, so like it's fine. I always watched your updated videos on Crusade. Thank you, my man Platinum X. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Actually, I heard something very interesting through House of Champs. They said like he's glad that he's not a YouTuber that's like it's built around a deck, because you do any type of video and someone always comments, what's your next, or where's the next Crusadia deck? But I actually really enjoy it. Like I enjoy that. Like I'm known for something in the community, you know. I really enjoy that. I like when people look at me, they're like, hey, it's the Crusadia guy versus, hey, it's the guy who does random ban list discussions and yells and streams, all that type of thing. Even though I do put up other content on my channel. What's your favorite enemy? Why can't I choose? I don't know if I have one, but to be honest with you, Raph, I don't know if I do. Gotta get hydrated. I don't know if I have a favorite one anymore. Shiver the Fell Knight definitely is like one of the top ones. Top ones, hands down. No, I really like Farfa. I watch a lot of streamers, and I'm trying not to be those people that put streamers on blast, because I don't need to do that, because I'm too small and they can just come in and wreck me like a wrecking ball. But I really do enjoy a few streamers. There's some that do, like, you know, streamer's perfect. You know what I mean? Like even I probably have some flaws throughout my streams, like my camera that keeps going in and out for some odd reason. But just certain things that kind of pull me away from them. But I know definitely what is it? Fate Stay. Fate Stay is one of my favorite series. Like I don't have a favorite Fate Stay series, but like I don't have like Fate Stay Night, Fate Stay Unlimited Blade Works, Apocrypha. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't have a favorite one. Just Fate would probably be my favorite, if anything. Combo, busted combo actually. Normal going to Magius. We can actually special. Oh, we lost the Maximus. Special to Maximus. Grab the Draco. Best deck, baby, best deck. I mean, still, guys, like we are just wrecking these hands. I play Crusadia since they released, and your videos helped me get so much better. Thank you, my man Nicholas. I'm glad I could do that. But it's also not just me. Like your guys' feedback has really helped also. I cannot shout out, I don't remember his name, but he knows who he is. He told me to look into Chaos Space. And now Chaos Space is a staple in my opinion. Chaos Space is just so good. If you want to play the Wombo combo variant, if you want to play Go Second, just 2 Crusadias plus Kaiju Go Burr. Chain 2, chain 1. But I'm glad I have been able to help some people out. And sometimes it's just like simple understanding. Like sometimes new players, or like even some like casual players. I shouldn't even say casual, but players who don't keep up constantly, you know, because of work life, etc. This is not like a big part of their life. They just need to understand, like right here, like game mechanics work to where you can block out your Regulex from getting hit with a hand trap by doing chain 2, chain 1 because of that. And I think that really helps out a lot of players in the long run. I totally spaced and we should have drew a 6 card, but I didn't think about it, but that's okay. We'll do it this next time. Go into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon grab his boot up sector because we're that good. This hand was straight fire. Equimax. Special here. Guard Dragon. And then to see, like, we could even go to IP here. Going to IP Masquerena. We could then go to boot sector, sector to summon. I don't think that's a good call. I don't think going to IP is the best call because I don't think the only card we'll have left in our hand will be like Succession, and we don't want to pitch the Succession. So I don't think that's a good call. I don't think going to IP is a good call for this hand. I think we definitely should go into Dragster instead. So then we can use Sector Launch to summon down. We have a Quick Launch and a Crawler, so we can use Tracer's Effect to pop this. We summon out the Magna Rocket Dragon, and we hold the Quick Launch so that we can chain it to the Forbidden Droplets or the Dark Lord No More. Go here to Draco there. Set to. Bam. 3 interruptions consistently, guys. I mean, that just blows my mind. 3 interruptions almost every hand. And even in hands where I haven't seen rockets, guys, we've been able to put up 3 interruptions. That's crazy. Leo, and it's so crazy because I remember when this deck first came out, it was Leonis was the first one that I saw, and I was like, oh yeah, because I love Chronicles of Narnia and I love lions, and Leonis, so I was like, heck yeah, Leonis. And then that's when I started getting more into the lore of it all, and then I was like, wow, this story is just rad. All right, next hand we'll see what a 6 card can do for us, and we're going to try and break a board. And then suck once, like, I'm actually quite surprised because it's the fact that we're on camera and it's doing this well. Normally it's like when the camera is like, I'm recording, I do great, and then, or actually in like test hands, I do great, and then like I pop on a camera and then it's like, we do what now? So like this isn't, before the stream ends, I will definitely lay it out in front of you guys and we'll definitely look it over and I'll talk to you guys about it. We'll spend like the last 30 minutes because I plan to wrap it up about 3. I'll lay this out for you guys. You guys can look at it and then you can start testing and stuff like that. I have a video coming out either Wednesday or Friday that will discuss this deck. It'll discuss like 3 card combos and like hands and stuff like that. But some things are not final. Like the main deck definitely needs to change in the rocket ratio. However, this rocket ratio currently has been pretty good. But I do personally want to try to up the rocket tracer from 2 to 3 and see how that goes. All right. And we're no longer like we're playing really consistent and powerful spells now. Like Quick Launch, Chaos Space, like they're very powerful and consistent spells versus like though Waterfront was super good and handy, Waterfront and multiples was not too great. It required the Skull Dread to fix it. So now, and straight up now our opening hand is so important because we don't have a lot of draw. And we get 1 extra draw off of the Chaos Space, but also since Dugaris will probably be cut for the Unicorn, we'll actually lose a lot less draw now. So do you play Striker Dragon too? I sure do, my man. He is right here. Striker Dragon. Rip Waterfront. And you know, I've even told my friends at locals, I was like, I would probably pick up World Chalice and totally invest in that if I really wanted to play Waterfront, assuming LP gets banned. Actually, wholeheartedly, I believe to you guys, like I think Chalice can just put out Waterfront a lot easier if you want a Waterfront dot deck, because I've watched my man Caleb play that deck and draw like 12 to 15 cards because Exodius putting back everything. And then like you link it off and he draws into another Exodius and it puts back the Exodius he already did. You can almost make an incontinuous loop to craft your hand perfectly. And this deck could always, I wouldn't say this deck could get you Waterfront better. This deck could only like, this deck didn't need Waterfront, whereas like World Chalice really struggled to put up a board outside of having the Gamma Seal. So like that's one reason why I think World Chalice got the Waterfront package better, but I think Crusadia just was able to put up a better going first turn board than World Chalice, I guess. Oh, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what this hand is. Wowzer. So good thing we're going second, guys. Never mind. First bad hand. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I am totally okay with this. Where this happened, how many testings have we done? Like 15 something, and this is the first bad hand. This is unplayable hand by all means. I'm okay with this. At least we didn't see Crawler. Oof! I almost picked up Striker Dragon on TCG order this morning. Definitely pick up a Striker Dragon if you. I prefer the ultra rares. Ricardo, believe it or not, so I actually, if you check on my channel, go way back, I played Pure Mech Knights before people thought it was cool. When people thought the deck was trash, I played Pure Mech Knights, and I did very well at my locals with it. But I just don't have because I think I like the artwork with them. I think the lore is good. I think the playstyle is super unique and it's super rewarding, and you straight punish your opponent for just being OCD like me. And it has some really good going first and going second combos. It's just I don't think it's something I want to pick up in the future. It is very, very good because it's like 3D chess. You're playing column control. And I actually played Crusadia Mechs at a locals one time, and I just did not like it. I was not a fan of it at all. I felt like from playing Mech Knights before and playing Crusadia, I was like, I'm playing a mixed match where I felt that Pure Crusadia was just better and Pure Mech Knights were just better. Putting them together had a ton of synergy, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. Let's go ahead and full combo. Let's go. Ooh, throat's getting kind of dry. And I totally I will vouch Mech Knight Crusadia is not a bad option. I mean, if the deck was not supposed to have some sort of synergy, why would we, outside of lore wise, why would we get a, where's he at? Why would we get a Mech Knight Crusadia? You know what I mean? So there we go. Pitch the Black Dragon. Search the White Dragon. Banish the Summon. Effect the Magus. Grab us the Draco. Banish Chaos Space to put back here. 1 second. Let's shuffle real quick. I do my best. I know this deck has a lot of love and a lot of following behind it, so I just do my best. When you 2-0 Drayton with Baton. Oh goodness. All right, so there we go. Black Dragon goes to the bottom. We draw off Chaos Space. We draw Arborea. We then can link here. And see, this hand we didn't see. This is a really good example. We didn't see any rockets, so we're definitely going to see where we can get where we're going. So the White Dragon adds us the Black Dragon. We get boot up sector launch. Go here. We can grab Regulex. Yeah, exactly. Goodness. Special here. Chain 2, chain 1. Grab us back to Reclusia. Grab us. There we go. What do you think of Raid Raptors? Raid Raptors are interesting. I cannot tell you my honest opinion of them because I haven't looked into them really. I think the OCG support is really good. I'm actually more excited for Phantom Knights, and I think it's really cool how they combined the two. So I mean, look at our hand. We have 7 cards in our hand. And now we're about ready to vomit everything out on the field. Let's see here. So trying to get to the best bet that we can do. Pinder, you're actually very right. Because if your normal summon gets stuck with Crusadia, you can just plow through with the Mech Knights. But if you open a handful of Mech Knights and only one Crusadia, and you don't have enough cards to make your own column, or they don't make a column for you, you kind of have to rip. Your normal summon doesn't even matter. But it's it's a counter argument for both. Both sides. Your normal summon gets disrupted. Mech Knights can push you through it. If they don't set up a column for you and you don't open the right assortment of cards to be able to like set your own column up, you kind of lose too. If you can't make your own. So it's definitely double-edged sword, hindsight 2020. We can go here. Or what am I doing? We're still going to have 3 interruptions. Dang. We can then succession back whatever we desire. Let's go here because we'll make IP Masquerena. We'll then special the Reclusia. We can set Crawler and Imperm. We have 2 cards in hand, and then we're still so solid. Because assuming, let's say, like they do anything, we can use Equimax to tribute this off, negate something. When we use Equimax as effect, we chain this, summon it, grab ourselves Guard Dragon, and then when our opponent decides to commit to their normal summon or commit something that's very menacing that we need to stop, maybe Halifibrax, maybe Link Cross, whatever you want to call it, we then use IP in the Crawler into Unicron. Unicron will then allow us to pitch the Sector launch. 1 second. All right, perfect. I was going to check it and see, because this was a rocket, that had been the wrong call, but it's not. Pitch that, shuffle back a card. You then can fire off Impermanence to negate something. And then, like I said, we're drawing power for turn. We actually have the ability to smack this down. Really, we have a lot of like recovery here. We could like link this right here into Avramax and then summon this, use this to grab Draco. Draco get us Reclusia, make Dweller or Rafflesia, use the Reclusia to pop and destroy a card. And all while we still have Crusadia power to be able to make our Avramax push through anything and protect the Avramax. So that's really not too shabby, really. So still 3 interruptions. Consistently 3 interruptions. And that's just crazy because I almost didn't think we had it in that hand, but I almost forget. Impermanence is an interruption. Impermanence is, in my opinion, the best hand trap. If you guys can't afford this card, Forbidden Chalice is one of my next like choices for you guys because the stuff, I don't know. I've been like, this is really consistent, but I mean like consistency versus like a total powerhouse like Gamecill provides, and like draw cards is just super. Like the scales are a little teetering for sure. But if elpy does get hit, I'll definitely more than likely move to this and tinker with this some more. No material, guys. That card is the only hand trap I have wholeheartedly feared, and then it not do anything, which is awesome. All right, let me read these responses real quick. The new Raid Raptor PK support is really nice. I like Raider Knight. Raider Knight's artwork is cool. Once we get out my other one playmat, I'm planning on trying to do a playmat design with either Raider's Knight or the new Link 4 Tri-Brigade card. The Forgotten Hand Trap. Never played a mirror match with the same tech cards you picked. I've watched. I've never played. Regional sometimes I've watched people play the same. Like you can definitely tell that people are playing what they're playing and stuff like that. Because like you notice like tech choices like you've chosen and you've put on your channel and stuff. But I play against a guy, he surprisingly didn't make it today. His name's Saren. He plays a bunch of kaijus, which believe it or not, in the mirror match, just wreck. It's so good in the mirror match to play a bunch of kaijus. I don't think it's consistently correct, but in a mirror match, it does a lot of work. I've been contemplating picking up Phantom Knight Core myself just because I wanted to have like ghostly spook knights join the fray, but I just got to get around to picking them up. Tri-Brigade plus Ancient Warrior update from you could be spicy. Definitely for sure. And then Ancient Warrior or Tri-Brigade Fire Fist should be coming. I don't know if I'm going to incorporate a lot of the Tri-Brigade main deck cards because I'm a purist at heart. But that Link 4 plus Panda is so stupid. Link 4 and then like you activate your Sento, special Panda, then banish a card. It's pretty good. I actually am going to try to do I know I promised everyone an Ancient Warrior like test hand, And I promise I'm going to do that. It should be coming. It should be coming this Friday, hopefully. So we just have to wait and see. Go ahead and draw our hands. And as long as we see a Crusadia, that's all we needed was just this right here. We're good. Fifth card don't matter. Fifth card's in. Wow. There we go. We're set. We're ready to go. Normal Leonis. Leonis will then turn into Reflect. I mean, consistently, guys. Two hands out of like the 20-some we've done. Pretty good. Pretty good. Trust my test Zoo and Phantom. Yep. Zoo would also be a really good Reborn. Magus will grab us a Draco. Like I mean, 3 interruptions consistently. And that's something like I really am happy that I'm seeing here. I thought maybe we'd only get 3 interruptions sometimes. But like I said, you always got to count hand traps as form of interruptions because, like I said, we've seen impermanence almost all of our hands, but not. So that's a good important. But impermanence is just so good. I think you just, and I don't feel like having my Ash or Ogre or Effect Rather get called by the grave and then I just like lose that interruption. Instead, I want to impermanence a card at the moment in which they activate a powerful spell or trap in the same column. Still waiting for Crawler to be a brick. I think this is the first time it doesn't happen. Ricardo, it's going to happen. It's got to happen. I can't believe it hasn't happened, like you said. Like, have I just found like the perfect build where Crawler? Maybe I insulted Crawler enough that he'll stay away. What is the fence rate that helps Zoo? The Tri-Brigade stuff. The Tri-Brigade stuff helps Zoo out quite a bit, I think, because they're generic, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Yes, 2-card OTK. I wish Raiders Knight did a little bit more for the deck going first. That's all I wish. But, you know, can't really complain. They have like 3 Fog Blades. So maybe they don't need anything else going first. Searchable Fog Blades, too. Watch now. Yeah, Crawler's no longer in the deck. Well, Crawler's, wait a minute. How'd Crawler get here? Oh, yeah, I searched it off of Draco. You had me worried for a second, my man. I was like, wait a minute, how did he get here? So we're going to go ahead and grab Boot Sector Launch. Now we got to talk about hand traps. So if I really don't think they'd stop you here. They'd try to stop you on the Magus. And that would really hurt, to be honest with you, because it stops us from getting Draco. But in a lot of our hands, we've had enough extenders to push through like a single interruption. But if they stop us here, I mean, we still can put in like 2 interruptions. We can actually put into an Avermax with an Imperm, which would not be too bad. There we go. Crawler respects you now because of the German. Yeah, it respects me because it's German. How did you get into my... I totally spaced how he got in my hand. I'm sorry. We'll go ahead and link 3. He's not in the deck anymore because he's in my hand all the time. I gotta think what to do here. So if we activate Sector Launch, summon out these 2 over here. We'll go right here. Then we summon out Leonis. We can then turn these 2 into IP. We can then set the Crawler, set this. Tracer's Effects to pop this. Grab ourselves Silver Rocket. Oh yeah, that AAA Zeus is busted. Shout out to all you 24 people left watching. You guys are awesome. If you guys want to help support the stream, hit that $1 button down below. Any little bit counts and goes a long way. But sell out streamer, smile. I think that's going to be my new thing. I'm going to do that every time I ask for anyone to donate. Just be like, sell out, smile. But yeah, so here we go. Ooh, no, never mind. We want the Savage here. Because I'm OCD and we want that Mech Knight zone. So now we're kind of just sitting here. We fire off the Crawler. Crawler will get us a search for Guard Dragon. And then, of course, we have 3 interruptions. Again, we have a Crusadia negate, a Savage or a Berserker removal. We actually have 4 interruptions. What am I talking about? A Savage or a Berserker removal. We have an Infinite Impermanence, so there's 3. And then Once it's all said and done, we can have, at any moment, we have the IP take the Savage, the Berserker, or the Equimax, and either turn it into a Avermax this way, or turn it into an Unicron and pitch the card we searched, which is not good, but it is an interruption nonetheless. So 4 interruptions. I mean, if you really think about it, you smack in like if these 3 interruptions are enough, you can remove 1 more card with Unicorn, and then this is 42, and then we're drawing for turn, which hopefully is a card, another impermanent. Rip us, but that's okay. We do have the ability to pitch the card we just searched, which is why I would almost consider playing World Legacy World Chalice, because if this was World Chalice, we could pitch the Chalice for the Unicorn, our turn search and add Succession or Guard Dragon or Succession, combo off it that way. But it just introduces another brick in the deck that I don't know. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And then maybe not do this. Maybe at the end of your turn, you use the IP to go into Avermax to put on a lot, because then this is 6,000 damage. Or maybe it'll be more. It'd be 35, because if it was Savage, Savage would equip the Regulex. And then you do this, and you keep the Guard Dragon, and then like you can just Guard Dragon out. Well, we already used both of those, so that's pretty rough, actually. You could Guard Dragon out Draco. Draco could grab you Leonis. And then, well, we got to remember we're drawing another impermanent. Yeah, I mean, like normal Leonis, poke for more damage. I mean, it's definitely possible. Yeah, so dang, that is another hand with 4 interruptions. That is crazy. If you're going to tell me the stream was going to go this well and I would get like this many disruptions and showcase, I would tell you you're a liar. This ain't the right crawler. Something ain't right with this crawler. Who are you? Where's the real crawler? That you prefer booster cards, originally reprints, 810 I actually, so I'm very weird with my cards. So the simple fact is like when they made the entire Crusadia deck, all Ultras and Supers, and gave Maximus 1, like being like the only main deck secret, I really turned me away from it. I think that in this deck right now, Supers and Ultras look way better than any type of secrets, in my opinion. And I'm only play the secrets unless I have to. As far as like the new Mega Tin goes, like I would prefer, if you guys haven't noticed, like I would prefer to have the Ultra Savage, and I'm still playing the Ultra Striker and then the Ultra Tinny. My extra deck, like, yeah, that I prefer. I think the Prismatic Sabers look gross. Unpopular opinion. Will the real crawler please stand up? Please stand up. All right, we'll do one more test hand, and then for the last 30 minutes of the video, I will lay out this right here, get it all sorted so then you guys can see it, and we'll talk about, you guys can ask any questions you want about it. Let's go. Like Siege Joint. Wow, two busted cards. Come on, just give me a Crusadia. Give me a Crusadia. Give me a Crusadia. No Crusadia. So 3 out of our, like, I should have kept track of all the test hands. We've opened unplayable. If we're going second, we're lit. Smackdown Imperm. And we just go. We go crazy. Remember, we're going second. We got to put on lethal. Got to put on lethal. Ghost Rare Crusade. Man, I wish. I wish that they would let us get the Ghost Rares from the OCG and play them personally. Druid, activate. Chain 2, chain 1. Chain 2, chain 1. Grab me the Draco. And then, like, so if you're going up against a board of Savage and Herald, which is the most prominent board, the most consistent board you can see, you could definitely normal the Maximus. You perm the Savage. Normal Maximus, crash into the Herald, and then go off. So, and as you guys can see, we have just enough gas. And if they're playing Eldritch, well, of course, and then like you got to remember, if they set up a board like that, you got to read that they're not going to more than likely rock their entire board if they have the rock. So maybe like Rafflesia is not the best, but we go into Dweller. We then chain 2, chain 1, add this back. Oh, we already, wait a second, guys, we messed up somewhere. We linked here. Oh, we didn't get the... No, we got Draco off that. Yeah, we got Draco. We just get the ad back. That's what happens, yeah. Totally forgetting my train of thought here. Striker Dragon, because we like free real estate. Where are we grabbing here? We're grabbing Boot Up Sector. All right, here we go again. Quick question. What's your name? My name is Charles. You know, like the Emperor Charles from the new anime card. That's me in anime form. Now we go here. I think this is where we have to smack this down. Grab Crawler. And I always grab Crawler because in case you can't OTK and you grab Power, Crawler just gives you a for sure negation. But remember, we're trying to push for damage. Oh, and I think we got damage. We got a lot of damage. Hey, everyone. It's Charles from Team COG. And grab ourselves the... I like how Konami's like making Yugi-Tuber cards now, like Nadir Servant, Emperor Charles. We're getting the recognition that we deserve. So then we can go here by banishing here. Quick launch. Here. We make a Berserker. Man, we can just keep on going. That's actually quite crazy. We can then... Well, of course, we're going second. Special here, effect, do double battle damage, 1 punch per game. But imagine Nadir Servant, I think is what it is, or Servant of Nadir. And Nadir is Farfa's real name, I believe. And then, so like, if we can't do this, because like this stops the Dweller from attacking. If we're just looking for raw, pure damage, we can then special here, right? Then we can go here, Guard Dragon, bring back this, and we're still not even done, guys. We're not done. We have space, so like we can then use Guard Dragon Tracer's effect. Ooh, but this is really gonna be pushing. We're just kind of like trying to break the board to push for damage. So we've already resolved the Herald, but we don't get a battle phase. That's what's happening. Assuming that we did it that way. But you can use this, pop the Guard Dragon, get yourself Magna Rocket, and then, like I said, we do have... Now we can only make darks, which means that we could go for Unicron here, link these three off into Unicron, pitch this, shuffle another card back, and if we didn't use Maximus's effect, we have a 7,200 beat stick swinging in, along with 1,700 crawler swinging in. So that should be plenty for damage. I mean, really think about it. Charles drinks some water. It's gonna blow your mind. FBI breaks in. Hearing my wife downstairs yell at my dogs because they're out there barking at something. It's quite entertaining. Bless her for trying to keep them quiet. Yeah, Farfa, you're right. Farfa has 2 cards. You're right. He now has Farfa, and he also has his own card. He's beat me for sure. All right, so we're kind of getting to the end of the stream here. I'll go ahead and lay out everything for you guys so you guys can see it. Since you guys are the lucky streamers, you'll get to see everything live action. live action. So. There we go. There we go. I'll get this all laid out for you guys so you guys can see it better. Charles, I don't like secrets in the deck. Quick launch, am I enjoying you? Yeah, for sure. Triff beat everyone. He got a card type Pendulum. Best deck, let's go. I shouldn't say that. Like, secrets are okay. I enjoy secrets. I actually would love a deck that's all hollow and all that type of thing. But I definitely like pay attention to what looks really good. So like I think the Crusadia Maximus definitely does not flow with the deck too well because all the main deck aren't, and a lot of the main deck cards are not secret. But then our powerful one-ofs, the Holy Trinity. There we go. There we go. Oh, thank you, my man Suck. You're awesome. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, so my goal is every Tuesday I just have to make essentially $5, and I can up like I'm powered by StreamYard. So if you guys can't tell up in the corner, like up here, then I can like straight up go into just working or not working. It just goes straight to the stream. So then the stream gets what do you call it? The stream gets better quality in a sense. So all right, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Thank you, Suck. I appreciate it. I understand times are rough, so you guys can't, just you guys being here, liking and subscribing is enough for me. So thank you, Suck, for sure. We're gonna go right here. Make sure you guys can see everything. We'll do the monsters first, and I'll kind of talk about all the monsters when we get there. There we go. So this is all the monsters I have currently. As you guys can see, no more Gamma Seal, no more Red Eye Darkness Metal. I do want to incorporate one more Rocket Tracer, so it should be 3 Tracer and then 1 of each. And I believe that put the deck count to 43, which I don't think is too bad considering now. So like in the previous build before we played Boot Up Sector, this right here was they were bad in the hand, they bricked. But with thanks to Boot Up Sector and Striker Dragon, these cards are no longer bricks because Boot Up Sector allows us to push through and get more extension. As long as you're, and then like even if you guys saw through the test hands, we have the ability, even if you don't see Tracer, you have Silver Rocket and Magna Rocket. You definitely have the ability to still make boards, even though if you don't have Rocket Tracer, which is still good. Paralytic Sea definitely is good. I mean, it's just free. You can't really see anything. We're not playing Foreman Skipper because I don't want to lose to Gamma or Ogre. So wholeheartedly don't want to eat that Gamma or Ogre and then my entire turn ends. I'd much rather be able to normal summon, because even in the worst case, if you open 3 Crusadias, you normal summon, make Magius, your Magius eats a Gamma or Ogre because you don't, right? You can just turn the second Crusadia into, oh, thank you, my man Ava, that'd be awesome. Much appreciated. You give too much at it, too much as is, man, so super appreciated. So what you do is if you open like 3 Crusadias, your Magius eats any of the opposing hand traps, such as like Ogre and Gamma, and you don't have Arboreal to protect it. You just turn the second Crusadia into another Magius, and you just kind of like steamroll right into it. So it's still pretty good. And like I said, like originally these guys are bricks, but no longer bricks. So like every card in our hand is playable as long as you see a Crusadia with it, or you see 2 Crusadias with it. So Starlead Separate is only good because if you can get it off of elpy, and we're assuming that elpy is getting banned. So then we'll move on to the spells. But the spells I think have gotten a little bit better because they get pretty powerful. Like the spells are super stronger, I'd like to say. So of course we have the 3 Crusadia Starkey, which shout out to my man Flex. Hopefully he comes back and watches the live stream. That's German for Crusadia Power. Then we have 3 Quick Launch, which is not a once per turn, which just allows you to bait Ash Blossoms. And then 3 Chaos Space, which is super powerful. the one quick launch, one reinforcements of the army, one reborn. So if you guys look at this, like most cards in this are not they are definitely not bricks. The only one brick in your hand is definitely sector launch, and if you open multiples of these guys. But in most cases, statistically ratio, you should never open like multiples. And if you do, Chaos Space definitely allows you to like pitch it now that we play like Nightmare Unicorn or Nightmare Unicorns in the ability to get summoned. So this right here is just better than Call by the Grave because this right here interacts with everything where Call by the Grave falls short in like Gamma, Perm, and other cards like that. So this card's just really good. Now you're doing more Crusadia plays than you are doing Guard Dragon plays. The only non-Crusadia monster you use is essentially Striker Dragon. So this right here just protects your Crusadia line of plays very well. It allows for safety in the following turns. It makes your Avermax unmovable for going first in case you totally brick and you can't do anything. Quick launch is phenomenal. Like I said, not a once per turn. You just beam out a Rocket Dragon. Super easy. Shouldn't be a brick, but statistically, it shouldn't be. And surprisingly, like you said, it hasn't been. But realistically, it is a brick. A necessary brick, I believe, personally. So quick launch is just phenomenal because it's not once per turn. Baits hand traps. You just keep beaming out dragons to get your engine going. So even if you open one Crusadia and a quick launch, you still have like the full combo. And then like you can do like niche interactions with Striker Dragon to like, as you guys saw, which could pop a card or pop a face-up card to add back the Tracer that you beam out with this. And then you have the boot up sector to summon out the Tracer to get a free Synchro 8. I play because I can't. No, my man, listen. You are not a noob. Life comes first, no matter what. So like, if you can't afford perms or anything, that is perfectly fine. Like, let me hit you with something. I didn't want to buy a third secret impermanence because I did not want to spend $60 on one when I could spend I ended up trading my 2 perms for a whole playset of ultras, and I do not regret it. So do what is best for you, and I'll wholeheartedly. If you cannot afford the perms, Chalice is just as good. It cannot be Called by the Grave, and it does exactly what it wants, and it actually even activates in the damage set. So I mean, like, by all means, you are not a noob. I played Chalice before I got my perms, and I would still play Chalice if I got it. And if I didn't have perms, I'd still be playing Chalice. Boot up sector launch is like maybe the only brick here, or excuse me, I skipped over Chaos Space. So let's have a talk about Chaos Space. Chaos Space is super powerful, super good. It's really high impact. You only can search out now these guys. You can only search out the black and white dragon. You no longer are playing Valkyrie, which again, if I can fit a Valkyrie in, I definitely will, because Valkyrie is just that good because it's an extender by banishing 1 light or 1 dark, and it makes Chaos Space live. But Chaos Space now is more live because now we only have the searchable light target Maximus to be able to pitch for the black dragon, but we also have way more dark targets. We have like a total, and we should have one more, so a total of 5 dark targets to be able to search for the black and white dragon. And then you get the draw, which is really good. And then like look at all the spells and stuff outside of Crusadia Power and Crusadia Crawler and the trap card, Graveyard's Trap Hole. You have the ability to rip into so much gas. Like if you rip into a rocket, that's fine because you're going to be able to make a boot up sector and play. You rip into XC when you make your Echomax free rank 4. You rip into a Crusadia, just extra extension. So like that extra rip does come in handy. And like I said, if you are playing Unicorn, excuse me, I call it Unicorn. I don't know why I'm calling it Unicorn. If you open multiples, if you do the IP Masquerade into Unicorn, you can pitch 1 Chaos Space, and then you just practically can banish. In the test hand you guys saw where it was going to be live, I had the Black Dragon, pitch the extra Chaos Space. All I'd have to do is just banish any of my Crusadia Link monsters, and Chaos Space was live to get another draw. So there is some niche interactions there for sure. Then you have, like I said, boot up sector launch. This is arguably one of the only spell bricks in the deck. But I mean, read it. If you guys don't understand, you can special up to 2 rockets with different names from your hand in defense position. Busted. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon rocket monsters with different names from your graveyard in defense position up to the difference. So like it's really good. A lot of times you have this to pitch out off of the Unicorn. You have this as a pop effect with Tracer. It's just free real estate. Reinforce the army is because with Gammon over running around, we want to have access to Arborea as quickly as possible. And this is just like the other form of you have the other form of what is it? Just another. It makes 15 Crusadias is what I'm trying to get at. Bronic, it really just depends on what you want to do. Chalice can't be called by the grave. That's kind of it right there. For $17 was my first core set so much, and oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, my man. Any space for Nemesis package. Outside of not playing, I wouldn't even play the Nemesis package anymore if we lose the elpy, because it's not worth it. It's inconsistent. It requires you don't banish enough to get like the search guy off. You have to commit your normal summon to the search guy. You want to commit your normal summon to a crusadia. So that's just my opinion. Then of course we have the Holy Trinity here, and we have 1 Succession, 1 Reborn, and 1 Guard Dragon. As you guys know, Guard Dragon is just really good, and now it works even better with like the Guard Dragon or like the rocket engine that we're playing. Quick low down there. And then on to the final traps, which of course are 3 impermanents, which could be 3 hand traps of your guys' choice. The Gravediggers is an engine requirement to play through the rock, and the Faithful Boy, who we didn't see today. Impermanents can be Chalice, Effect Feather, Ash Blossom, your choice. I just wanted a high impact card, and Impermanents is definitely that. I really hope Konami does not make this card any more cards like this card. Too good. Gravediggers. I mean, let's take a second. This card like is good with Rafflesia, but it also burns for 2,000, which means your opponent's at 6,000. Whack 'em, boys. Whack 'em. Crawler engine requirement gives us a negate. Lets us search our world legacies. Surprisingly, was not in the hand. I really can't say anything with it. It was not in the hand, which is so strange. But I'm glad we didn't see it. Made for almost flawless test hands, to be honest with you. So. On to the extra to show you guys that. I put 2 graves just to be safe. So I was thinking that too until you start opening it more and more because you're playing 2 of it. Statistically, 1 should be good enough. If you open 1, so like that's not too bad because like say you open that you, so even if you do like open the 1 of and then you make Rafflesia, you're baiting your opponent, right? So your opponent is not going to fire off anything because they fear Rafflesia, and if they do, you get yeeted. It's okay. But if you open that and you make Dweller instead, you signal to them that you don't have it and they can rock you. But if you do make that and they don't have the rock, you just have, you know, like you make Dweller with the Exceed, and there you go. For the extra deck, we still are playing the very same Crusadia lineup in the sense of, I think, the 6 Crusadias, if I can count right. Yeah, 6 Crusadias, 2 Magius, Regulex, and Spatha. These 2 guys are really important. This guy's actually more important now because, like I said, you can IP into him using the IP, which is really, really solid. But I wish I could find room for 1 more Equimax, but for the most part, the deck's current strategy, even like going second, you blow your load going first and you blow your load going second in hopes that your opponent, you either can kill your opponent or your opponent can't break your board. And you just have multiple ways to protect Equimax with Power and Arborea. Same with Avramax. Spatha never comes up anymore. Maybe if we decide to incorporate Pisty, she might, but that still requires a lot of testing. But for right now, all she's in there is just to move the opponent's monster now again, so then we can just put in the same column as Equimax and 1 punch. Striker, I showed this earlier in the live stream, but Striker grabs this boot up sector, doesn't lock us in the dragon, chain block out stuff, super good. Ling Kribo's just there to, if you open just Paralytic Seed and Crusadia, it allows the Paralytic Seed to play things, impermanence, floodgates. It's just super good. Link Spider, just so when we decide to eat that rock and we have a handful of monsters and we eat the rock, we just can play through it. And thankfully, since we do have boot up sector launch and we can get boot up sector launch before our 5th summon, you know, it's very solid in the sense because now if they rock us, we make Link Spider, boot up sector launch, Savage, etc. So it gives us a little bit more play through the rock in that sense. But it's really good. I actually ended up going through my entire extra deck. In my opinion, is maxed out because I'm not playing the secrets of these 2 because they're ugly. But but like everything else is really maxed out. Same with that. The secret of this is ugly, in my opinion. But like Link Spider's ultimate, so like even if I get rocked, I can make that rock token into a Link Spider. Even if I have to pass, it's just a good flex, you know. You might have stopped my crusade this time, but at least I have more money than you, ha ha ha. But onto the synchros, Draco Berserker and this guy. This could be Savage, 100%. I believe it should be Savage. I haven't done enough testing to vouch to see if Berserker's good again, like I did like that regional a long time ago. Surin, if the deck is much more flexible if LP goes, as you don't have to play other stuff. Yep, it does get a lot more flexible, but LP is by far the best choice. Like as good as this list seems, LP I still believe is the best choice, but you gotta just be ready and go to the next best choice if they decide to do that. Then of course the last Exceeds, Dweller, Rafflesia, and this right here is Jugless, the Timeless. I will, and this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So IP would be the 15th, and then there you go. We cut out Douglas for this right here. So then this right here would be our lineup. And IP has multiple uses because like IP can go into Unicorn, which allows you to shuffle. IP can go into Abramex, which allows indestructibility and almost unmovable. IP could also go into Equimex if you so choose to, and could cut Spatha for spears. Calum, actually, you're onto something. For sure. I do like Spatha. I'm not going to lie. I think Spatha has its use. Spatha is just there to move the opponent's monster. And so weeb speaking here, she's beautiful. She's awesome. But statistically speaking, you guys are right. Spears could definitely be the next choice to go in. 4, because it gives you another link to the end on interruption. It's a new secret rare, Ricardo. Notebook rarity, the best rare. But IP just allows you to do this. The thing with Spatha, though, that people, really, it's just in those niche like examples of your opponent has a monster, move it over, 1 punch. That's straight up the only reason I could see it being used for now. You could potentially, I don't even know. I couldn't really tell you what it could be for. Flexi, my man, the myth has popped in. You could for sure make it a spears. It's just, it kind of kills my soul right now thinking about it not being Spatha just because, the deck's trying to be as whole as it can. So yeah, it would actually have more synergy to be spears because in those weird hands like Striker Dragon plus you just open a 1 rocket, no Crusadia, Striker Dragon, and then go into something. Brontic, thank you, my man. I plan to keep it going. I really appreciate it. And like I said, next time when we do this live stream, we'll sit down, guys, and then like that $1.99 you just donated, man, you can ask me any question or we can have a match to game. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, Notebook Rarity does have a bonus effect. We just practically becomes any effect we want. Yeah, Spatha, cutting the Spatha would definitely hurt my soul, but I mean, it might be a necessary evil moving on because spears, like you're playing a lot more dragons now, so spears would give you higher deck spears. You could even, I even bite my tongue saying this. You could also put in like Armor Phage, Goliath, and spears, and then do that, sort of shenanigans again. But you don't have to by any means. You're good, my man, Flexi. It's like what time over there in the Germany right now? Pretty late, so I'm glad you can make it nonetheless. It does. That's actually gonna hurt me, guys. I'm gonna have nightmares about this. Like this is gonna bother me. We really don't have the space to play anything else. So like Spatha would have to be cut. Spatha would have to be gone because like the spears stuff, like even spears, like imagine spears, like here we go. That one hand where we open super early. Let me just kind of get all this out of the way here. That hand where we opened super early and it was like our first unplayable hand out of only the three. And it was like this. Like even then, like this right here could still get you to Equimex and have you combo off if you have like other extenders. So like, you do this, this will make you, we're not going to go through the entire motions here. Striker will then grab you, boot up Sector. You then can guard Monster Reborn, this. Then you can go into Spears, which of course is the Spatha. Go into Spears, Guard Dragon out this. If you hard open Guard Dragon, of course, remember, or vice versa, Monster Reborn, or actually any of your Reborn spells, actually. Summon out the Tracer. But Guard Dragon would be the most part, because then you can, you'd have Boot Up Sector Launch. You can pop Boot Up Sector Launch and make Spears plus a Savage or Draco. So that's actually not too bad. That actually would make hands where you don't see any Crusadias and all rocket monsters playable. Dang it, Spatha, you weren't supposed to be. I don't know if I can do it, guys. Can I do it? Can I bring myself to cut Spatha? I think I'm gonna do it. I might cry a little bit, actually. Wife downstairs probably cringing right now. Let me grab my, I'm gonna man run over here and grab my spears. I don't know, guys. So, yeah, so spears would have to go in. And she would have to come out. Flexi's right. How could we abandon the waifu? And then oh, it's just, in that one scenario, it's just super good. It's in that one niche scenario where we happen to open a bunch of rockets. We can, and monster reborn spells, we can make spears. Can we? I mean, we can have 16 cards in our extra deck, can't we? I don't think I can do it, guys. I don't think I can do it. I think Spatha has to stay. I think that what I will do is I will sit down, I'll test more, and see how much that interaction comes up. I'm sure there's a lot more interaction with this guy because like you just make it. But most of the time you're not trying to end on this guy because this guy has to be here. So it's like only in the worst scenarios will this come up. And we're not trying for worse scenarios. Actually, in all outside that one hand at the very beginning, we never needed to use this. So maybe Spatha can stay. And I'm telling you guys, like, sometimes like your opponent will, once they figure out what you're playing, they will start, as you Crusaders know, they will start putting stuff away from this column right here. So just being able to like have straight gas in your hand and make Spatha, and then use Spatha to move over something, and then just go right into Equimax, and then just, you know, they can hear the galloping coming, is super, super awesome. And I actually believe that would come up just a little bit more than Spears would, because we're not always going to win the die roll, but we're always either going to go first or second. So maybe it is worth testing for a while. I will not throw out Spears. Maybe next live stream we can do anything. Jimmy, my man, welcome as a member. Oh, awesome. Welcome, my man. Welcome. I appreciate the support. We are a awesome little community. So make sure to get into the Discord and get your rewards. Now that means, guys, we're one member away from the whole member giveaway. So one member away. But yeah, so definitely IP for sure, guys. Like if you guys remember this entire showcase was to do we really think LP will get banned? Slick Assassin, I don't think LP will get banned. I do not think LP will get banned. It shouldn't get banned, but the likelihood of it getting banned and them trying to push into more product or more engines could happen. It definitely could. You know what I mean? It's always been in jeopardy. Always been in jeopardy of it getting banned. But the only reason now that I can see it is them trying to push out more engines, more product. So for sure. So we get to put the Heavenly Spears back from whence it came. But yeah, so guys, I sound like a certain YouTuber right now. But what about Crusade? All these Pendulum best deck. Spatha, I think, will stay because it has more interaction going second, and we need that interaction going second just to be able to one punch. You know what I mean? IP, and like worst case scenario, like really, really worst case scenario, say like we open really trashy and let's say they Ghost Reaper, you know, anything like that, just worst case scenario, weird case scenario. We can make Spatha, you can special summon Maximus, move the Maximus, special summon this here, and then you can go here and make IP, budget IP. And then this right here can get you into Equimax and or into Avermax. So definitely some niche interaction there coming up. Since most decks are very powerful already. Yeah, I would love to have full power Dragon Roman Man Slick Assassin. I think that deck is super cool, but I don't think they'll ever do it personally. Or it'll be slowly. We'll be waiting a long time. Servant of Avermax, that'd be kind of cool. So we've been talking over our member chat, and if you guys ever want to hop into that, please hit that join button. But if you guys ever want, we've been talking about it. A Dark Crusade is like the only attribute we're missing. So like if we get the Dark Crusadia and it just has a simple effect of can special summon itself to a zone of link monster points to, and then its other effect is just this. It just gets to special summon itself for free if you control no monsters. That would solve the deck's main core problem while still allowing us to be in check, you know? But, so for sure, I'm digging the list. I really hope that we do not lose elpy. If we lose elpy, we lose it, but we do have a fallback skeleton to get to. Definitely pretty good. So for sure. All right, chat, say hi to my wife. She has to come up and steal my charger. So anyway, guys, everyone says hi, by the way.
Hello.
What do I want banned? Block Dragon needs to go. It needs to get banned or put to 1. It just needs to just 1 or none. It just needs to go. For sure, the Block Dragon. And then it's definitely interesting. Block Dragon, I think, would check Adamantipator. Something in Golden Lord needs to go. My man Rap, I have just a great community in general. I'm not going to lie. My community is just awesome. I have been never so pleased with Flexi. You do have a point because they can grab it off a Union carrier. The deck definitely not the deck. The deck just is super consistent. I think Block Dragon would have to go completely, like you said, just for it to be able to truly be hurt. I think that something in Elden needs to go. Golden Lord to 1, or what's the 1 card? Eldland to 1, for sure. And then outside of that, like everything else is so new. But Konami has to know that these are problems. You know what I mean? So they have to hit these things. And then there's definitely different ways they can play it. You know, if Block Dragon goes, they definitely can just play Fossils and go second in 1 punch. Oh, there we go. Sanguine to 1 would be good. What I would like to see, though, you know, unbanned, all that stuff. Golden Boy to 1. I mean, you call by the grave, Golden Boy to 1's too good. I mean, if you really think about it, if you call by the grave, they're 1 Golden Boy, the deck entirely loses. It'd make them have to play other strategies to get it back. Sanguine to 1 would be a fair hit. You're absolutely right. The fact that that Golden Boy Richard does so much is blowing my mind. Cards I would like to see back, or like to see. I've not really paid a lot of attention to a lot of them. Another Dragon Ruler. It's time for another Dragon Ruler to come back, especially with everything going on. I'm trying to think. A lot of the Duels Alliance hits have already happened. I would like to see something happen to Alistair, just as if elpy can get hit by being by phasing things out. Alistair needs to go too. That 1 card, Alistair just needs to go. I think we can see Blaster come back for sure. Soul Charge, I sure hope Soul Charge does not come back. If Soul Charge comes back, oh boy. Oh boy. We're going places. But I'm trying to think of all the Pot of Greed. Want anyone? Pot of Greed? Mystic Mine. Bronic, I agree. But Mystic Mine needs to go. I hope it gets hit. It needs to go. Mystic Mine needs to go. Flexi, my man, you know it needs to go. Brabo said nothing. Brabo could come back. I feel like 1 Brabo wouldn't break anything. And with the introduction of Tri-Brigades, it's very likely they could do it to kind of promote the sales on that. The Dragon Buster Sword needs to go. You're absolutely right. Mystic Mine to 1 would be all right. I mean, yeah, for sure. You get out at once. Smoke Grenade is dumb, Jimbo. All in the heat of passion, Jimbo, is Smoke Grenade. Smoke Grenade needs to get hit. The fact that deck just... And see, that's something about that deck. The Infernoble deck only puts up 3 interruptions, which, as you guys just saw, we did consistently. But what makes that deck super good is its ability to rip 3 cards from your hand. Easy. Dragon could come to 2. I'd be okay with it. I play 1 Dryden, so I mean that'd be kind of awesome. The Phantom Knight that is banned can come back. Oh yeah, not Shade Brigadine. Rusty Bardiche? No, is it Rusty Bardiche? So we might do a stream, and it might be anytime Triff gets brought up, everybody has to say best deck, let's go, and either take a shot or slam their head into a desk. What do you guys think? Dragon Link is also playing Smoke Grenade, then yeah, it should go. Max C, not Max C, but Max C. Bruh. Max C does not need to come back. Max C is a degenerate card. Max C is just as bad as Mystic Mind. It needs to be gone. Halfway through stream gets knocked out because hit head too hard. Sheeran, Augur Pain is too good. I full-heartedly believe Augur Pain is too good to come back. Now, if they banned elpy, maybe. Full power Necross. I mean, isn't Necross at full power right now? Jimbo, I think you might have a point. And I think, right, it even has a Dogmatica. I think that deck is a prime example of a deck getting power crept. And it's so sad because that deck is so good at what it does. I don't think Pot of Greed will ever come back. I think that Konami has released Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Desires. I think that'll probably hold its point for now. Oh, it's missing the Degen. Oh yeah, maybe never mind. So Jan, now in all reality, I wouldn't mind seeing it come back for a little bit. I mean, I think it'd just spice up the format, you know. And Firewall Dragon. Maybe with a heart errata, maybe. Sheared is at 3. Yeah, Sheared's at 3, yeah. Everything's off the list but Jin, yeah. So we're shuffling here. I gotta see, guys. Electromite. Pendulum best deck, let's go. Electromite did nothing wrong. You know, if you got rid of Electromite, bring back what is it? The one card, Astrograph. Masterpiece, anyone? I don't know. It's just they've not been enough competitive play, and Konami has just been so like left field with their ban lists that you just never know. It could just be a whole unban list and nothing happen, and LP be fine. And then if LP is good, we'll have an LP stream party where we just do LP test hands for 3 hours. That sounds good, guys. What about Double Iris Magician? It's so crazy because they brought back Perform Pal Joker or Scroll Acrobat Joker, brought it back, put it back. You know, like they just need to. Pendulums are just really strong, but they need to find like a perfect scenario where they can play stuff like that. Masterpiece to 1 would be pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably pick up him again because you know this hand is just straight fire. There he is, Ricardo. There he is. The man has showed up. He's here. But his hand is just straight fire. It don't matter. Yes, you're absolutely really right, Flexi. It's really hard to balance pendulums. It's such a broken mechanic. For chat, Crawler has popped up. I mean, this hand is like a straight definition of like busted. Like this hand is like, even with the Crawler, we're winning. One final test hand, guys, for the stream here. It's getting to 3 o'clock. I'm going to wrap it up and go spend some time with the waifu and call it good. We can go, we better trigger here and get ourselves this out as chain 2, this out as chain 1. Yes, playing pendulums is an emotional roller coaster and every, yes, for sure. Let's go ahead and make sure that they don't have rock on us. I'm actually quite sad we didn't make this more. I think it'd be so cool to put this like right here with Equimax, but we just couldn't get it. We don't have enough resources, I believe, to get it out. Reborn back here. Link 2. Into Regulex. Chain 2, chain 1. I mean, we already opened Crawler, so we can grab ourselves power, which means that whatever we make is not moving. Man, Jan, well, thank you so much for staying up late and watching. I really appreciate the support from all my European fans. That's why these streams will now be at noon, just so like I can like my European brother Crusaders, you guys can also catch on to it. So here we go into Striker. Striker will grab us boot. Iv, yes, I agree. Iv should come back. Then we'll go here. There we go. Boot sector to summon the Tracer. Tracer's effect to pop the sector. Grabs us a Magna Rocket. Bam into our Draco Berserker or Savage. Set 2. And if we really wanted to, we could special this and make another Magus and then go into Avermax if we wanted to. Actually, we'll go ahead and special here. Well, we don't even have to special here. We already have a way to play through Dark World No More with Crusadia Starkey. So yeah, 3 interruptions, super easy. Super easy. My man Flexy, it's been all stream. This is what we've been able to consistently put up is 3 interruptions. The best. If I would be in Charles, I'd take it. Ferg is normally my comedy guy. He's what I call cannon fodder. If I ever need some like content that needs to be straight roasted, I have him help me a little bit. But so I don't know what number 41 is, but I'll have to check it out later probably. Guys, I got to wrap up the stream here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. Thank you guys so much for the donations. I will catch you guys live stream next Tuesday. Baguska, now I know what it is. I'm not a big fan of Baguska, so thank you guys so much again for hopping on the live stream. I really appreciate it. And let's just go ahead and pop on out of here.